Ahoy, hoy, birthday friends, and welcome to a special episode of Token Minority Report on Unsafe Space. I am your minority and birthday girl, Beverly J. Clark. Today is Thursday, July 21st, 2022, just 2 days before my actual birthday on the 23rd. And while looking for this birthday cake hat, you can see it, got candles. I found my stuffed toy of HIV/AIDS. Here it is. Let's see if you can see it. This is what HIV looks like. Isn't it adorable? And I call him Super AIDS. So there you go. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, the cream cheese frosting filled 6-layer funfetti birthday cake of my heart, Alex Miss Sally.
Hi, thank you for that introduction and happy birthday.
Thanks. I'm just, we've got the whole cake theme going on, and I thought, yeah, that's what Alex is to me. That's what I feel about it.
Cream cheese filled, yeah. I can't even eat cream cheese.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, but you are a cream cheese frosting to me, even though you can't have it yourself. I love cream cheese frosting. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just crazy busy like always.
Yeah, feel that life. And this week or this whole month, I was telling you guys in our team meetings and stuff too about how like I just have visitors every weekend. We've been having different guests. Keith the Hat Guy was here one weekend with his lady friend. But it was just and then our one friend that came this past weekend, he's coming back this weekend for my birthday party. So it's just been nonstop visitors plus animals. But yeah. So then today is just a hangout day. We sent I have the link posted in the StreamYard link posted in chat if anyone wants to join. I've invited other people too. We'll see. Like I just left it open for whenever people want to join us if they do. So until then, we've got some different topics that we can talk about, some mini topics. But I'll say hello to the Quaff. Mary, thank you for the birthday wish. No Fun, No Hope. Hello, Drake Tungsten, JB, Failned. This out, yeah. Oh, Snyder says, happy birthday, Beverly. Here, buy yourself a gallon of gasoline. Thank you. Well, Cider, if you want to join the stream, feel free. Again, the link is in chat. He's part of JDA's stream, Jon Del Arroz. Made in Hell. Hello, thank you. I like
that.
This
Is a really good name, I have to say. Made in Hell, that's amazing.
You know, I saw him in chat in JDA's chat earlier today, and I didn't get the pun until I said it out loud now. So hi G-Man, he says happy birthday. Your birthday present has been delivered. Is your arrival my birthday present? Is that what or
that's the impression I get.
Or maybe it's he sent coffee beans. I need to go check my PO box. I keep never going to the post office. They close so early. All right. Well, so let's start things off. What did we want to talk about? The Karen movie. So for those who don't know, yeah, G-Man says no, it's in the PO box. I know. Okay, I gotta go check it. They're closed right now. The Karen movie. We started in our Discord server for our community doing a bad movie night. And we watched Karen. So a few of us were in there for Karen, and then Alex, you watched it after the fact because we were like, well, we might talk about this at some point. So what did you think? It was fun to watch in a group, I'll say, because that's what bad movies are great for that. But what did you think?
I agree with that. Like I don't mind watching bad movies when I like tweet about them and am drinking like beer or something. But I watched this one during the workday as I was working, and so often I had to stop what I was doing and like pause the movie and just like breathe because I was like, what the fuck? Like so often. There was at one point what happened? Oh yeah. So like they learn that Karen got all these cameras trained on their windows and everything, and oh, that's so creepy. And one of them says, we got to do something about this. And I literally said out loud, drapes? Like,
Yeah.
it was just like, here's the thing, they've literally already like decided this kind of shit in court. You don't want people outside of your home to see into your home when you're naked, put up drapes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they've already said that, like legally, that's like you because otherwise they could just look into your house, and they're totally allowed to because it's just, you know, open to the public. And it's like, I was just, the whole way through I was like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I like right the whole thing was so cringe. It was just so cringe. Like very on the nose with all of the BLM stuff too. Like you because they even say like Black Lives Matter, but they're just talking like they're in a conversation at the party at one point though, and then Karen, of course, has to chime in and say something about all lives matter. But just her, I mean, like she was great at being the worst though, like that, like she was definitely unlikable. Like it's I mean they had to be so extreme with it, I guess, for the drama, but it was like, oh, that they're just murderers now, like she and her cop brother are just murderers. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if and well, at one point they said that she kind of like lost her marbles after her husband was murdered by a black guy, right?
Yeah.
So I guess so that kind of like defeats the purpose of like, well, now you kind of give her a sort of legitimate excuse of like why she's one going crazy, and two, like, you know, oh, she has it out for a certain type of people because of, so it kind of like she's nuts. So then you're like, okay, you're not evil, you're just crazy. So I don't know whether like, oh, we're supposed to kind of just totally hate her or sort of sympathize with her. That I'm like, well, I feel bad for you now because like your husband was murdered and that drove you insane.
Well, there were like so the actress who played Karen, there were a bunch of points when I was watching her that I was like, is she fucking with us? I feel like she's fucking with us. Like
I
she's
know.
literally like overdoing it like the whole way through, and like almost laughing at
Yeah, see, like she was breaking.
like
Yeah,
the
was
part
she?
where she's looking through the window at them and seeing them naked, you know, getting sexy and everything, and the little noises she makes. I'm like, is this, that's why when I first saw the trailer I thought it was satire, is because of her performance. Her performance is not taking it straight the whole way
Yeah.
through.
No, she's very over the top, and I mean, if that was like the thing that the director wanted, like that we want you to play this role big, like it is not coming across as genuine at all.
No, it is not. And then like I felt like it escalated like suddenly. Like it's like, oh, it's not that, like it's just neighbors not getting along, and then it's a thriller and she's gonna kill him. I was like, okay. Like and then I was struggling so hard to get through this movie, by the way, that when I saw that I could play it at 2x speed, I was like, oh thank God. Like immediately sped it up.
Well, that's what, like, it escalated suddenly, but it took forever for it to actually happen. I think, what was it? When we were watching, I forget if it was G-Man or MoeTown, like, said something about, like, the length of time that was left in it, and I was like, "How?" There's only, one, it dragged on forever, but at the same time, I was like, "There are only 20 minutes left in this movie. Nothing has happened yet. It has not built up anything." It was just, like, I thought this was still kinda exposition, even though it felt like forever. I didn't realize it was forever, and it was only 20 minutes left. I'm like, "Okay, well, now you're gonna shove everything in at the end," so it was just a mess, and yeah.
Well, it's like someone took that one movie that stars Samuel L. Jackson where he's neighbors with a white couple and like decided to remake it, only like make it with
Bad.
like bad. Like like they reversed it, because what it is in that movie is that there's a white couple who moves in. No, they're mixed race. That's what it is. Like she's
Oh,
black and
no.
he's white, and they love each other.
Interracial. Yikes. I do not
And
approve.
and their next door neighbor is Samuel L. Jackson. and they start having problems with him, and they go to a lawyer because they're like, what can we do about this? And he goes, well, there's a color problem here, and the color is blue. And and because what it is that Samuel Jackson is a police officer.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's a much more kind of interesting situation, and this movie was made kind of before a lot of this culture war bullshit started, and really ramped up and everything. So it's like someone took this neighbor dispute idea of and about racism, and really his racism is about the fact that the husband is white and married to a black woman, and decided they were gonna make it like an ideological movie instead. And it's so incredibly badly written, though. It's like they just rushed through the writing process to get to their ideological points.
Yeah, they didn't care about actual plot, because even the acting too, where you're like, oh, that's weird. And the cameras, I wonder why those cameras are facing toward, like, huh? And the wife was just so bland.
Oh, she really is.
I also didn't get Karen's motivation as far as what she was trying to do with the husband, because so she hates black people, but then the husband is black and she kept hitting on him. So I didn't know what, is it just like your hatred for him and yourself, or that you were going to use him, like that she was going to get with him and then take him down somehow.
I think part of it has to do with the fact that within CRT, there's this idea that people hate black people, but also sexually fetishize them. So I think that's where that's coming from, which doesn't that's not really an intelligent stance to take for the most part. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, which is why when you see it played out in an actual character, you're like confused.
And I mean, and I guess, they do say it was a white supremacy thing, where it's no matter if you're married to someone with a different race, though, it's just because of your internalized racism or something that you're secretly hating. I don't. So I don't know. I guess that's where she's. Yeah, and I think they must have read that Smithsonian, the white privilege Smithsonian thing, and then just taken from that. And that movie was just so terrible. I'm trying to remember. I blocked it out. I think I blocked out most of that film. I did really like the one woman in the party. She had Africa earrings, just giant earrings that were just the continent of Africa. And I was like, I want those. I want one of every continent. I'll take United States ones too, because that would be terrible to have to hit your ears. But I would get them.
I was laughing so hard during the party scene because, for one thing, the husband was wearing the fucking same scarf that the fucking senators were wearing, and representatives were doing when they took their knee. They're the performative. I was like, oh God, you can't put that on now without us thinking about it.
Laughing. I'm surprised they didn't make this take place during Kwanzaa. That would have really,
pushed
closed
it
the
up.
deal for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
G-Man, you're in chat. Why don't you come out? You can talk about the movie too. The StreamYard link is here. Don't be shy.
Yes, come on.
Hello. Is there some new people too? Tom Hannock, Outlaw. Hello. Thanks for the birthday wish. Demon Slayer. Thank you. Ape Mant. Thank you. Raphael. Oh, Black Phone. Yeah, Raphael's the one who keeps talking about Black Phone, right? I was trying to find it, above board online, and it didn't seem to be on any streaming services yet, because then I missed it the day that I was trying to go, or I was considering going to see it. It was the last day it was in theater, so I wasn't able to. I do want to see it, so I think we should talk about it at some point, but I'm just waiting for it to fall into my lap at the very least. If not, we'll see. Because I'm definitely glad Karen, because I was like, Karen's available for rental online, so I considered doing that. But then watching, on Discord and stuff, they don't let you do that, so we had to figure out a different way to watch it. So I'm glad I didn't do the rental. That I had to do it a different way. Oh, G-Man's eating dinner. You can eat dinner on air. That's fine.
You've seen me eat during this show because someone brings me French fries, and I can't sit there and stare at French fries for 2 hours and not eat them.
That's understandable. So G-Man, we will watch you eat. That'll be your other birthday present to me because I like to watch. Johnny Boy Quickdraw, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday to my favorite token minority. By the way, I like your 4 non-blondes hat. I don't listen to anything except for the song What's Up. That's one of my favorite songs because when I was like 4, I remember my mom playing that. So that's always just like, oh, the song I associate with her. Even though it's right in the name, I always pictured them blonde.
I did too, actually.
I was just surprised to see. I'm like, why are they all brunettes? I finally watched the music video. And Judge Lot, thank you for the super chat. Hello, birthday buddy. That's right. Happy birthday to you too. I forgot about that. Ooh, and I'm usually better about birthday. Why don't you come onto the stream then? We can share. I'm willing to share my birthday. Selfish as I am, come onto the stream then, Judge. Say hello. You guys wouldn't want to see what I'm eating. Gonna get drunk before coming on. Okay, all right. Then we'll keep killing time then with Karen for a bit too. I've got some other stuff too. But Karen, what else did you think of it? I'm trying to remember specifics. There's the 3 boys that she like harasses at the park where she wants to see their ID, and then she calls. Oh yeah, that whole thing. She wants to call the cops, and it is daytime. And by the time like the cops come and that whole scene happens, it is dark. And I was just confused by, were we supposed to assume how long that they were sitting there for a long time? The length of time that spanned during this movie, I was really unclear about, because sometimes I was like, oh, the main couple they're having sex because they're trying to get pregnant, and then she takes a pregnancy test, and I was like, oh, did this happen immediately after? How much time has lapsed between then? That seems like a bad idea to take it right. So I guess like a couple weeks went by, but it was just, I think I saw you, did you tweet or in Discord where you were like, or maybe you said it on here, I can't remember. Just the highest production of a
that was the short.
No, that was in the short.
That was the short. Yeah, it was like the highest production value for the worst writing and performance I've ever seen. And it was produced by BET Entertainment, which is fucking unsurprising.
Yeah.
And then this is something for bringing up the credits and everything. The credits are mostly of an outline of a woman dancing and in different colors and everything. And I was like, this is like the African American version of like the opening to a James Bond movie. Because like James Bond movies always start with like ladies dancing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is just weird. Like, why is this what you end it on? And the way they wrapped everything up in a pretty ass bow at the end of the movie was so weird, where they like show everything. She's even pregnant. And
they jumped like 9 months. She was very pregnant. So it was just like,
yeah. Very, very pregnant.
Oh, Judge Lot, thanks for the super chat again. He says, I might be too based for Unsafe Space. Never. And it's your birthday. You can be however based you want it, or unbased. So it's just unnecessary to show, again, the time lapse. Like, oh, here they, and if anything, why pregnancy? Why not just show them with a baby? Was it too hard to get like, it's more, I don't know, visually catching to see the baby.
It's a trope to end the movie with a pregnant woman, a heavily pregnant woman. Like, that is a thing that like happens all the time in movies. Like, oh, time has passed and things are getting better. That's a sign of things getting better in films, is to end it on a heavily pregnant woman.
Okay, I guess I wasn't, because I've seen other ones that like they jump like a year in the future, so the baby's born or something. But okay. So I guess if you're gonna follow classic tropes, to be as unoriginal as possible. JB says, for some reason, BET is 99% trash, despite there being enough Denzel Washington movies alone to keep it running. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was BET. There were some people I knew in Chicago, and it was at the IO Theater. There was an all-black improv group, and they were good, but you weren't allowed to have an all-white group, and I don't think an all-male group. Like, so it was the thing where like you can only have certain ones. Oh, hey,
John's
my
here.
gosh. Hi, Alex. I'm just here for Alex because she's so pretty. You know.
G-Man's on too.
Oh,
G-Man-
happy birthday, Beverly.
Happy birthday to me. I'll go. Oh wait, is this G-Man? I'm hearing an echo. I'm hearing our own.
Yeah,
Sorry, my fault.
Way to ruin everything, G-Man.
You're the echo guy.
Happy
yeah,
birthday.
it's like echoing John's laughter over and over and over again.
Oh, maybe
Yes, it's like a maniacal Joker thing. Yes.
Well, hello, you two. I don't know if you guys have ever talked before. This is G-Man. This is John.
I've seen G-Man in the chat. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I've seen you too. We were watching your show yesterday. I'm like, am I the only person in the chat who's not a mod? Like everyone else is a mod.
I can make you. Yeah. Do you want to be a mod? I'll make you one.
John's kind of a slut as far as mods go.
We'll see.
All right. It's a lot of responsibility, I know. So
we were just talking about the Karen film. I don't know if you've ever seen that, John. G-Man was there in the Discord watch party.
No, what is the Karen film?
What isn't the Karen film? It's a little bit of it's about, a Karen, and then she has new black neighbors, and they are really awkward together for an hour and 10 minutes at least of the movie, and then the last 20 minutes she ends up trying to murder them out of kind of escalating quickly. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's a real waste of your time, and I think you should definitely watch it, or if you do it as a watch party with like your own chat or something.
I don't really like. Is it a comedy horror? Is it a horror?
It is not supposed to be a comedy, but it was so cringy. It was just
like from the beginning, though. I thought like some of the facial expressions and things that the new neighbor was doing felt like, the way a person would act in a comedy film, like a Wayans Brothers, or something.
Yeah.
They keep bringing up the fact that her name is Karen and she is a Karen. Like someone goes like, "Yeah, I know she's Karen. What is her natural name? Karen. Her name is Karen." And it's like, okay, we get it. Like, it's like, are they trying to play that as a joke? Because it is funny. Like, but no, they're serious this whole way, which is what makes it cringe. And it's like so uncomfortable the whole way through. You're like, I don't know what to do about this. No one was likable. They were just all annoying, and I didn't care who died and who survived. I was just like, yeah, all of you can die. I just want the movie to end.
I might die if the movie doesn't end. Yeah. Oh my god.
if a bomb had dropped on the neighborhood, it couldn't have been any better or worse. Like, it was like, okay, that's an ending we could have gone with too. Like,
yeah, it sounds like I'm not going to spend my time doing that. So I appreciate the offer.
Missing out.
I'm probably going to spend my evening reading this instead, Beverly. Have you read Fryron yet?
No, I have not. What's that about?
It's about an elf girl. See the elf girl?
Yeah, I see those ears.
Yeah.
So
Epic Fantasies, how they like go off and fight the Demon King or whatever, like any D&D adventure or whatever.
Sure.
Basically, she had her adventure. They slayed the Demon King, and like then they came home, had their parade and all that. And since elves like live for 2,000 years or 3,000 years, have a different sense of time, she just was kind of there, and she watched her whole like party that went with her die, like and get of old age, and like realized, and as like everybody fades in the memory, nobody remembers what they did anymore. And so she's like, and she's trying to like she's trying to like process that and like not make the same mistakes of the past. And then like there's another threat brewing, and she's forming a new party of adventurers, and so they're going out to fight another Demon King, and it's really fun. So high recommendation. Yeah.
So you recommend that? We don't recommend Karen. We do recommend.
Don't recommend Karen. Frieren, yeah. There's not an anime yet. I don't know if there's gonna be.
But I'm probably waiting on. I don't have time to.
You'll wait for the anime.
Reading in black and white pictures really messes with my brain. I need.
Are you gonna wait for the Netflix adaptation?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Most likely. Well, in case people don't remember who you are, Jon, you want to, and you can advertise your whole campaign.
I can shill? Oh my gosh.
Yes, absolutely. Shill as much as you want.
I'm excited to shill. I'll share my screen right now then.
All right.
So, hi, my name's Jon. I am Carter's friend in real life. That's it. Hi.
That's it. Oh.
Yeah, that's my claim to fame.
Yeah.
So you're the one.
You're the one friend.
I'm his one friend.
Thank you, G-Man. We always pick on Carter. I'm so glad you know.
Yes, I got Carter's back. That's right. So I've been a science fiction and comic book author for 5, 6, 7 years, and somewhere in there. I've been full-time for 2 years, though. So this is what I've been doing. This is my 43rd comic that I've been putting out, and it's on Kickstarter right now. We just hit $30,000 on my stream about an hour and a half ago. Yeah.
Awesome.
We did it. So we're there. And I just I promised an audiobook adaptation of because I'm doing a comic and a novel, so there's both on this. So if you like to read books, I've got that for you. If you like comics, I like that for you. If you like both, that's even better. And they're two different stories starring the same character, so I'm making a multimedia thing. And I promised at $30,000 that I'd make an audiobook of the novel. And I was going to just get Beverly to do it. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to put you on the spot like that. But I actually didn't think I'd hit $30,000, so I thought that was an unobtainable spot.
Well,
and so I thought I wasn't going to have to do that.
For you.
You are working on another one. So I've got you on that. So I actually have an audiobook narrator I've worked with before who agreed to do this. I actually called her up in between my stream and your stream because I'm like, panic, I actually have to do this, right? So so that is good to go. The audiobook's on its way. Well, I haven't actually finished writing the novel yet. I'm about halfway through it. So it will be on its way. It's all that aspect of it's done, and we're having a lot of fun. And so if you like great late books, if you like science fiction, if you like hot redheads, then this book's for you. So that's it.
Yeah, the art is really great, and Ms. Crimson was your artist for.
She's the sweetest. Should I give her the link to the show?
Sure.
Do you like Ms. Crimson?
Yeah.
Okay.
My brain broke for a second when you were asking. I was like, "Are you giving?" I
just sent her the link. I just put it out on Twitter for everybody to come on. So.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay. No, just kidding. Thank you for that. So I'll throw that in the chat too.
Out of 10. So.
And that's what Beverly wants for her birthday is for you to buy this. So.
Yes, that's the only thing I want.
Everyone get a copy and send it to Beverly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You buy. Judge Lot says Carter doesn't have any friends, so.
Why do science fiction and cartoon women have giant boobs? That's a great question. Well, David, if you haven't paid too much attention to the recent years, there's been a war on boobs going on. And the woke SJWs in the comic book industry and cartoons and all that have been changing women to have very large tracts of land like they did in the 90s to now flat-chested, like boyish-looking figures. They try to make them look like teenage boys, to androgynous, right? Because gender is a social construct, right? So they've been doing that stuff, but don't misgender them, even though it's a social construct, or you committed a hate crime, right? It's so they've been doing that. So we actually went when we were designing this character, Miss Crimson and I. Miss Crimson actually redrew her breast size bigger. Just as an FU to those people because they're insufferable. So that's why.
I feel like that's also like kind of an FU to every woman who is large-breasted. Like it's like teenage girls. Some of them are pretty
Like Beverly.
well endowed. Yeah, like
Oh,
I'm
no.
a D
The
cup,
opposite.
and I'm like, hey,
Hi, Alex.
you know, we don't like cutting this out.
Yeah, I think there's enough room in the books for, you know, hot women of all breast sizes. You know?
Yeah. G-Man, you're so diverse and inclusive.
Even I can be. That's
Well,
what,
and
they
then
don't even have to
also-
make me more androgynous. I already have. I don't even need to be tapered down.
Thank
There's
God
also
you
the
don't look
fact that,
androgynous,
like,
though.
comic book, like superheroes and comic books, they're like a fantasy. Like, why would you not want, like, as women read comic books and teenage girls read comic books, why would you not want to be sexier? Like, it doesn't
It's a
make
weird
sense to
it's a
me.
weird environment out there. The last like 20, 30 years, like if you go to writers conferences and things like that, they'll always talk about realism and how you got to drill into realism and things like that. So they're actually trying to make anything like Superman go away, and they'd rather just show Superman as like a dad bod to be realistic, you know, sort of thing. It's absurd, but that's these people just are, you know, they're on the internet too much is what it comes down to.
I remember they were going after some girl for this photo online. There's some girl who's super curvy. She wasn't showing her face, and they're like, "Oh, real women don't have bodies like that." And she's all like, "Excuse me, like that is literally my actual body." And
That's hilarious.
Wow.
There are some curvy
Yeah.
chicks out there, okay?
Well, people used to know who their audience was too. Like these books were kind of geared towards younger men who, you know, that's a selling point. Like, hey, maybe this is something I should check out. So they don't really care anymore. It's all about the message and not really about, you know, selling books or, you know, pleasing the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not true. When they like romance novels, if you want to go, like that's more for women, right? And the covers are covered with hot men and hot women, and it's like, and almost all of them, like the, you know, until more recently when they started doing ideological stuff too.
Now they're
is
plus
that,
size
like,
models.
all the girls were hot too. Like that was the
Yeah.
thing, is that like it's a fantasy read, just like comic books, so they're supposed to be hot, and that like it kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, like in any sort of fictional media, I'm like, I want to see attractive people. You live your day-to-day life looking at regular people. I'm like, I don't mind seeing hot people on my TV.
Yeah, if I want to see an unattractive person, I could go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. Like I want to see hot people. And I want to read about them doing amazing things that I don't, you know, I don't want to read about them mowing the lawn, going to get groceries.
Yeah, we go to the grocery store.
Wouldn't it be better to have a hot person mowing your lawn, though, G-Man?
That would be awesome too.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Alex?
I was just like, we could go to the grocery store to see like everyday life.
Our
we
own?
don't go
Yeah,
to
we don't need
entertainment for everyday life.
I will say,
people still go to grocery stores.
Well, me.
Boomers.
I'm a boomer. I'm old now because
you are. It's true.
But for mowing the lawn, successfully mowing the lawn is actually a feat for me because I've mowed over my phone before, so don't do that. So anyone who does it without mowing their phone,
how did you not see it?
it's a riding mower, so I'm sitting on there, and then I don't remember if it was like sitting under me, or I think my pocket had a hole in it too, so I don't know if it slipped out. So I'm just riding along, everything was hunky-dory, and then I just see a bunch of tiny metal shooting out of the side of it, and I was like, what is that? And then I saw my Ventra card, which is what you use to ride the buses and trains in Chicago. I still had it in my phone in the back of it, and I just saw the bright blue of it flying shredded all around. I was like, oh no. And it flew. Those tiny pieces were like 100 yards away too. Some of them like flew far. And then I dug through a lot of the lawn to try and see if I could find my like micro SD card, because I was like losing everything, because some of it was still like intact, so I was hoping that maybe I could find it. I could not.
Why did you bring it with you? Like, were you playing Candy Crush, or did you need it?
I think I was listening to music. I think I had it, so I was listening to music, if I recall. I just didn't, and I was trying to be careful, but I was not careful. And then I didn't mow the lawn again until this summer. It was last summer, didn't mow, refused to mow again, and then I did this
traumatized.
And I did it without having to get a new smartphone, so I feel great.
Lawn mowing PTSD stories.
Happy birthday to me.
I do gardening, and I do listen to like audiobooks or music with my my earpods in them, and mine have the wire, and every once in a while with the pruning shears I like reach forward and I see the wires like in them, and I'm like, one day I'm gonna just slice right through that wire and ruin my earphones. I know it, because and I tuck it into my shirt and everything too, but sometimes it just comes out and it's like in the way, and I'm like, oh crap.
My phone doesn't even have sorry, this fan is on, it's so hot in here. My phone doesn't even have a plug-in anymore for wired. I can only do Bluetooth, and it doesn't always work well, so I just have to do speakers. Luckily we live on 6 acres with no neighbors, so I can also just blast music as loud as I want.
That's true,
no problem, so.
Did you take it back to the store? Or been like, listen, yeah, this was a little damaged when I got it home. I didn't notice it.
What are those freaking commercials where they're like, "Oh, it's a trade-in, and you can trade it in. I want to trade this in for a new phone." It's
no matter what it looks like, anything at all. It doesn't. I just saw that commercial earlier today, too. I was just like, whatever, and they're all gasping, and you can't see what it looks like. Yeah, I should have done that for mine. Oh, Silverlock, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday! Hope you have a great birthday. Thank you. And happy birthday to Judge Lott. I'll just keep saying he and I are birthday buddies.
Who's Judge Lott?
He's a community member. He was in chat. I don't know if he's still here.
Hi, Judge Lott. Happy birthday.
Did I say just? I didn't mean to say just. He is a wonderful community member. One of the best.
We support all of our community members here at the Unsafe Space podcast.
My last time on this show.
Never again.
I'm
G-Man.
protesting.
Oh, I have nothing good to say about you, though, G-Man, so it's okay.
It's not like it's MoeTown.
I know. Thank goodness he's not here. I'm having trouble having energy because he and I stayed up really late playing Left 4 Dead last night.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm getting better because I've got the PlayStation controller hooked up to it, so I'm not as terrible. I'm still terrible, but I'm not as terrible as when I was trying to use the keys on the keyboard.
How old is that game? That's like a 10-year-old game? 15?
Yeah, so somewhere on there. But they are like updated and stuff too on Steam on the computer, so the graphics look a lot better. So yeah, it's like it's hard for me still. Like that, I'm just not good at first-person shooters. I constantly get stuck in doorways, and or I just get lost in the one building that we're in, and I can see everyone's names that are farther away. So I'm trying to walk toward them, but there's just a bunch of walls in between. So I'm like, I don't know how you got there, and I'm just gonna die, or they're gonna die because I can't help him. Like I can do nothing. I got trapped by a tank last night too, just in the corner of something. Like it was outside, but I don't even know what it was. It was by a building, and it was just, and I couldn't get out.
You should play Destiny with Alex. It's free to play.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do we play online together?
We be friends. You friend me, and I play Saturday nights and Monday nights, and people in chat can join me in the fire team. I'm always fire team leader though, so it's just this morning.
I don't want to be leader. I'm a real good follower.
Where we go. And I'm not good at it. I say that, but on Monday I killed 5 people in a row in Iron Banner without dying, and I was shocked though because I was like, I did that. But and it is a first-person shooter. There's many different ways that you can play it. It has a lot of different modes in it, 1,000 different gameplay options, and it's a looter shooter kind of thing. It's a lot of fun though. But you would have to start your game first and get through the intro before I could add you to anything.
Okay, well then I'll see you in a few months before I figure out how to get past the intro. I remember playing Halo.
First you plug the computer into the wall, then you press the power button. Okay.
I'm not following at all. I have no idea what you're talking about there. I was looking at chat too because I hadn't been reading it for a while. I like No Fun, No Hope. If you make your superheroine wheelchair bound, the chair can be used to help support a larger than normal bust size. Everyone is happy. Oh, those are about the JB is mowing her lawn, a euphemism. David Hull says, if I saw a hot woman at the grocery store standing at the dairy section, I wouldn't know which milk jugs to grab.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Hooligan's in chat here. Hey, Hooligan, be kind to Mo. He has issues. That's true. Yeah, but that's what makes making fun of him so much better, is that he has so many issues. So they were going at it in the Discord earlier today.
Interesting.
Hooligan, you can hop on too. I know, even though Mo's not here, you can come on stream. I'm going to post it again. Left 4 Dead is still good, says No Fun, No Hope. So, G-Man, if you want to play at night from like 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. So
I am not starting a video game at 11 p.m. We started Karen at 11 p.m. and we were up. You guys were up way later than me. I got off there at what, like 1:30, 2?
Yeah, well, Lord Coley and she and I talked till like 4:30 my time.
Oh my gosh.
She's in California, I think. Or
yeah. So she wasn't as late for her, but I was.
Hey, California, the best place. It's pretty great.
I was born
pretty
there.
Great.
So I don't know about that. Well, John, we were talking about before too how just Comicsgate stuff. I know last time you were here we talked about it, but for others who don't know, can you recap a bit about that and about Rip-averse, because that's been a big deal, and you know more about that, and we haven't talked about this yet.
Comicsgate drama, everybody.
I don't need
into the news.
All the drama, but just like general.
I don't have my button. I don't have my drama button.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Well, this is a no drama.
Well, I mean, you want to make it a drama zone, though. You'll get way more clicks. So, but Comicsgate basically is a reaction to Marvel and DC being woke. We were talking about how they're turning their girl characters into boyish looking characters to be strong and female, which I don't understand how that makes them stronger and female or makes them kind of less female. But that's kind of the agenda they've been pushing out this entire time. Of course, we've got the Doctor Strange movie recently where they had the America Chavez wearing her like little pride pin throughout the entire movie. It was just lots of cringy stuff. They're focusing on that, and they're not focusing on good storytelling. So Comicsgate's like, you know what? Screw it. We'll make our own comics, and we'll do it better. And so we put them up on crowdfunding. We've been making lots of money. It's been great because the people want good storytelling. They just want something that's not what Marvel and DC have to offer right now. And that eventually led to Eric July making his own comic, which is called Isom #1, and this is part of his Rip-averse. Oh, I guess there's going to be a lot of titles for this. He just hit $3 million on that, so he's got a huge platform.
Okay.
I just made a video of that. That's why I didn't show up exactly on time, because I'm like, I'm going to get ahead of this and make a video real quick so I can get some clicks.
Oh, nice.
And so I did that. And just hit $3 million. I think he's like he's got like 64 days left to go on his little campaign that he's doing. Crazy. So it's going to go even higher. It's going to go crazier. And he's gotten on Fox News, gotten in the New York Post from this. So he's making waves on levels that really no conservative creators made before. I mean, usually we just get completely ignored. And what's happening is the mainstream media is finally going, this is too big to ignore. And that's a good sign. That's the first time I've really seen that happening. And I'm excited, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, he Rip-averse, the user account, got banned from the r/comic-books subreddit.
That's right.
Oh, really?
I mentioned that on Tuesday for 451 Degrees. But I found that so funny because it's like, I was like, he clearly doesn't need them to be a success. Like, it's just so silly and it's like, you're not going to stop people from wanting to talk about it on your subreddit anyway. Like, this is huge news, and it's just ridiculous for them to like act like this isn't something people want. Obviously they do want it. It's highly successful.
I I like how Eric July is so diverse in what he does, though, because I know him more through his backwards music, but I like how he's music, comics.
Yeah, he's been building like
he's doing all the things.
A long time.
Yeah,
so, that's the thing. People don't because people might just see it and be like, "Wow, this guy came up overnight and just made a comic. What's going on?" No, he's been building an audience for like 10 years and doing really well on commentary. He makes he makes very good points. He's very charismatic and somebody that people connect to and have for a long time. And when you come up through music makes you popular real quick. He got on the Blaze for a while, Glenn Beck's network. So it's like, I mean, he's a big deal. Absolutely.
And he did this campaign in a very, I think, unique way, because he like funded it all up front himself, and then like said, okay, it's ready. Like whoever wants one, come by, instead of like funding it through crowdfunding first and then doing the work on the back end. So
yep.
And I
don't know if anyone else who really does it that way.
Me.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, maybe he took some notes.
No one else of importance does it the way Eric July does. I just can't think of anyone.
No one. We don't know anyone.
I just noticed that Jon and Alex, we both have stuff shared at the bottom. What are we watching here?
Well, mine's meant to completely derail your stream. So
okay,
mine too, actually.
Okay, good, Alex.
But you've seen what I'm sharing with you, Beverly.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do Jon's first and let.
So this is acting like a cop to a cop. I'm sure this is going to go well.
What's this about?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, this is a police law enforcement parking lot. Yeah, it is a problem.
Oh. Who are you?
I'm Detective Mike Jardine.
Oh, yeah? What are you working on? What are you working on right now?
Several cases.
Okay.
What is this about?
Are you working on something right now?
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
All right, what are you working on? What are you working on?
It doesn't matter what I'm working on. I'm asking you, what are you doing here taking pictures?
Where have you been today? Have you been here all day? Or have you been out and about a little bit?
What is this about? Who are you?
I'm asking the questions. Where have you been today?
No,
have you been here?
I'm asking the questions. You're on this property. You're on this property, so you need to answer my questions.
Are you drunk?
Are you drunk?
Why are you slurring your words today? So have you been here all day, or have you been out? Have you been to the bar today at all?
Who are you?
Have you been to the bar today?
Who are you?
I'm an investigator.
Investigator for who?
Investigative journalist. I investigate corrupt officials. So I'm wondering, where have you been today? Have you been here all day, or have you been out at the bar at all?
Working on a fraud case. That's
Okay.
where I've been.
Okay. Have you been to the bar at all today?
No.
Okay. You got any drugs on you? Have you used any drugs today?
What a ridiculous question.
That's not a ridiculous question. Do you know where he's been today?
I don't keep tabs on him.
Okay.
Out and about.
Do you know what time his shift started?
None off the top of my head.
Okay. Does he usually drink on the job, or no? Not that anybody knows of for sure. Have you guys ever breathalyzed him while he's been on the job? Would you submit to a breathalyzer for me right now?
You're ridiculous. You know that? You got about 5 minutes to get out of here right now.
Or what?
5 minutes?
Or what? You're on
My property.
This isn't your
Yeah, it
property.
is. Shut the hell up. Get out of here now.
What'd you say?
I said shut up and get out
No,
of here.
you get out of here now.
Hey, you better get your boy. Get your butt back in your office and do your job.
You
Is that amazing?
What just happened?
Oh my god.
I just got more enjoyment out of that than I've had in like the last month.
Even more than Karen?
Yes.
Wow. That was
Oh
great.
my
Who is this? Who's this guy?
I have no idea. I just
He's
bring
a
the best
detective.
content.
Okay.
That's all.
Wow, yeah, I hate TikTok, but sometimes there's some good things on there. Judge Law, again, thank you for the super chat. And this is to John. Did you read any of the Did you read any of the crowdfunded Jawbreaker comics? Are they any good?
Just the
They've been
first
getting
one.
a lot of hype for a while.
The first one was not good. So I didn't get the next one. I heard the next one is better, but I can't verify that. That's all I know. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, I saw you're on Kickstarter. So, like, what is your experience with them? Like, have you worked with any other crowdfunding? Or, like, are they the best one? Or what's your take?
What are my experience? Yeah, so they're absolutely the best one. The worst one is Indiegogo because they banned me. So, but yeah, they banned me in March this year. So there's this guy from Australia who is psychotic. And he claims I stole his characters. And so he hit me with DMCA complaints over and over again to Indiegogo. And they eventually banned me and just wouldn't. They're it's just lawyers acting like idiots, like, and not wanting to have to deal with things. And so I'm not a big fan of them because of that. But that's it. Yeah. So Kickstarter, on the other hand, is making it difficult to search for my book, and I've confirmed basically that they've done that. So check this out. So this is very interesting. I'll show you how I come to that conclusion. It's not the fastest, but I'll so you go to comics.
Back over, mind everyone.
Yeah, thank you. So you go to comics, and the default way to search. Notice they don't say it's random. They say it's by magic. And what happens is I've noticed that these projects they love get moved to the top up here, no matter what. Mm-hmm. So you get Cheeky and Not Safe for Work graphic novel. Alex backed that, I heard. But
you know me, I love porn.
That's right. And then Beverly backed Still by Visibility. So, but so they've got those up top
in the drawing too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Pick
whichever one. We don't know which one. But what they do, not only do they do that, but they also, there's about 250 live projects on Kickstarter right now. And of course, like, you only scroll so much, right? You go, okay, I'm going to look, probably, G-Man probably wanted to back Pool Boys. Right? But, you stop, you find one that looks interesting, that you're into. And, I'd probably back that because it looks like it's got quality content. But you keep going, and so, like, eventually you have to, like, reload it. That's my buddy Larry's book. And
cool. I like that art. What was it?
Yeah, he Niobe. Yeah.
Oh.
He does a good job. Yeah. And that's my buddy Chuck Dixon's book. And so you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. I've done this over and over. So, like, almost because the magic is magic, like, this one might move like 20 spots up and I might see it 20 spots up. There's only one that never moves on this entire site, I've noticed. It never moves, and I'm going to show, and that's mine, of course. For some reason, you see how far I'm scrolling down, and so people can't discover mine when they're on the default search function because it's all the way down. That's my buddy Tom's. He's a good guy too. All the way down. Nope, it's still going, still going. So there's nobody who's going to scroll down this far on a page. We'll never hit, right? So they've got me trapped, and they've pinned my book to the. That's my buddy Cider's book. They've pinned my book to the bottom. So I am the last of all live projects, no matter what. Oh. There it is. And so the other ones move. Mine never moves. It stays the last of all. So these the ones after this are no longer live. These are the ones that are finished. So I'm pinned. They literally pin me to the bottom to make sure that they don't see it.
So crazy.
There's a thumbs up button. Maybe that's it. Oh, that's improving your personalized recommendations. There you go.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Not helping me directly.
That doesn't help me. So there it is. When you search by magic, you're not going to find my book. So you can change the sorting, like, to popularity. And if you go to popularity, I'm not very far down because I've got a very, backed book here compared to other books. But if it's the default search function, you can't find it. And that's
how do they even do popularity there? Because there was one that only had 11,000.
I don't know. There's something hijinks there. It doesn't make sense to me either.
Was it the number of backers and not the amount of money, maybe?
Oh, maybe I didn't see what the number
No,
was.
I don't. Well, let me check that too.
Or maybe it's
Yeah,
like
it
the
could
number
be.
of
I was
backers
thinking number of
per
backers would
view.
be more accurate.
Oh yeah, more popular compared. Yeah, depending.
Okay.
That makes
So,
sense.
Judge Lot, there's a couple ways to do things. If you want to do it through the Kickstarter, I guess I'll show again.
Oh yeah,
Thank
he
you, Beverly,
says.
for giving me so much shill time.
I know. Yeah,
Appreciate
I just
it.
opened the link to your Kickstarter page. Where can I find the rest of your work? Thank you.
So,
Sir.
I have right here. There it is. So one of the if you pull it back up, I'll show them. Oh, thank you. So you've got the page, right? And on the sidebar here, there's a bunch of different options. One of them is the JDA's complete graphic novel library. So it's right here. You can get all my graphic novels that I've come out with in one shot. So this is Deus Vult, Dynamite Thor, Cosmic Warrior. Of course, this one is Overmind. Flying Sparks 1 through 4, and Spectacular Comics. You can get them a la carte also. So what happens is when you click on, say you wanted just like, say you just wanted the graphic novel here or whatever, you wanted the graphic novel and the novel, I think this is the way to go. When you get into the campaign, I can't actually click on it because it's under my account, but I'll show you what happens. When you click on that pledge level, and there will be a list that comes up called add-ons. And so this whole thing will pop up. There it is. You'll have a little like window pop up. And so you'll have your novel. And so if you wanted just Deus Vult, if that sounded good to you, that's on there. Dynamite Thor. You can get more copies. Spectacular Comics, Cosmic Warrior. And then I've got my novels here too. So I've just got them fully as trilogies. So that way you get the whole trilogy, or you get this whole trilogy. This is what I'm trying to get Beverly to do the audiobook for. And then Von Monocle, that's my steampunk series. That's a 5-book set. And then Flying Sparks is my currently most popular series, but we're about $1,000 off of it on this one. So that's the best way to do it through Kickstarter. Otherwise, I have a website, delarose.com, where I've got books you can go check out also. So thank you. Thank you for caring.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Judge Lot.
I'm actually like checking Kickstarter, like the search, like
are you checking that too and scrolling down on that?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm not logged in or anything. I've never backed anything on Kickstarter.
Okay, go to comics first because otherwise you really won't find it, right? And tell me if it ends up at the bottom for you too, because I have tested this with several different people and it does keep me. From what I could tell, it's kept me to the bottom every single time. Now I had somebody in Canada test it and it didn't do that.
Weird.
So it's like it is country specific. But most of my backers come from America, so it doesn't help that much.
No one likes Canada, so it's okay.
Nobody likes Canada.
MoeTown's from Canada too, so while we're hating on him,
again,
he's always around. Okay, Alex, what was your thing? Let me put it up here. What is?
Did you
yeah,
you've seen it, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Amplified.
I know.
Are you still scrolling, Alex?
I was, but I have to play.
Okay.
This.
Oh, you do. So you didn't see it. So when you were scrolling, it was still not going down. Yep.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. I've tested it with 5 different people. So yeah.
I just realized my tab was muted, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I
know. Core Prime.
That's how I'm going to show my butt from now on.
We will not be showing any butts on this stream.
No
okay?
butt on this stream allowed.
I said no butts.
But
oh, Alex. Well, thank you for that moment of zen.
What's so bad? Now we're gonna get demonetized for showing the partial nudity.
It's over.
that's from the new game coming out, like probably
the nude game.
Here, nude Soul Frame.
Okay, Soul Frame. And what was the context of that scene?
Yeah, your Overmind is still last. Like,
see it's last for you too. See,
yeah,
I told you.
I'm not logged in. So yeah, it's last.
Wow.
But so the context of that is that like that's from Warframe. That's from TennoCon this past weekend, and they had they kept making jokes that they weren't going to show any butts on the live stream. Like, just they said it several times, and then at the end they show us a trailer for Soul Frame, and in it is this naked guy's ass, and it was like, you literally said it like 6 times that you were not going to show us any butts, and then you did. So I called that butt-free live stream because it was not as advertised.
I was more disturbed by the moose regurgitating him. Anybody.
He's like pulling him out of the water. Like I don't know. Like we don't know anything about that game.
I hope he's regurgitating him.
It was a cinematic trailer, so there was no gameplay in it. And it had no lines in it either, really. So we have no idea what the story is about. So it's from DE, so it's gonna be weird. Like Warframe is weird, so that's what we know.
How big of a part do you think the moose plays? Because that will inform my
mind.
mind.
I would play a game as a moose.
I'm pretty sure the naked guy is the main character, and like at one point, like a bird lands on his chest, and I'm pretty sure it brings him back to life. And then the bird is part of maybe combat, because at one point he's like fighting guys, but again, this was just cinematic, and he snaps his fingers and points, and the bird like flies forward. And I'm not talking about a big bird of prey, I'm talking about a sparrow, and it like flies forward and like hits somebody. And so like I said, I have no idea. What they released the website too, and you have to actually figure out a cipher to get into the website, because they're like really making you work for this. So
I would play a bird. That was my favorite in the Sega Saturn game, A Stall. You get to play, the second player is a color. It's like a purple, blue, green bird. You just get to fight as this side scroller, and you get to fight as this bird. Spoiler alert, she ends up being the princess that the main guy is trying to save the whole time.
Oh my god, you'd be pissed.
Yeah,
to the end of the
there
game. You were with me the whole time, bitch.
Yeah. Don't think he was happy. But I mean, she was just transformed, like she was stuck in that. But I love that game. So, and Untitled Goose Game. I play a goose. That rhymes with moose. I would totally play more animals. Love it.
Untitled Goose Game is really funny, and like, I don't know, it brings out the inner troll in anyone who plays it.
Yes, that's why I relate so much more to my own geese. I understand why they're assholes all the time, because it's hilarious. It's so much fun to be obnoxious and to take things and bite. And I still have bruises, scratches from them.
Don't they have teeth, sort of?
Yeah, they've got it's like serrated bills and their tongues too. So they've got it on the sides. So but I've never been, I don't think I've ever, no, that's not true. I have bled. Sometimes Lemon Grab has been angry enough that when you clamps down hard, there's been sometimes, it's mostly bruising though. No Fun, No Hope suggests Untitled Goose Game. Yeah. Oh, I'm very aware of that. Actually, my boyfriend and Carter both got it for me for Christmas. I have 2 copies of it.
That's funny.
Speaking of geese, though, I'm gonna share the video the short that I made, just because.
Yes, I was gonna suggest that because I loved that. That made me laugh so hard.
How do I share this? It was fun to do. I just recorded Lemon Grab in the pool, and then I dubbed over. It was hard for me to dub over. I kept laughing. All right, let me see if this actually plays. Oh, they're yelling now. Oh, no, that's the new goose. Everyone hates her. Okay.
Hi, my name's Lemon Grab.
Do you hear that?
Hi, my name's Lemon Grab. And you? Hi, my name's Lemon Grab. You should watch Broken Minority Report on Unsafe Space tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Because... and it's gonna be a honk. I mean hoot. Lemon Grab out. Lemon Grab.
Who is doing that?
Sorry, I was muted. That was me. I did. Hi, my name's Lemon Grab. So I kept trying to. I'm like, what voice do I do for him? I always like to do with a lot of the animals. I think of them as like Pokemon. So then we just picture like Lemongrab always saying his name. We had a rabbit that we named Baxter, and he just when he'd run around, we'd just go Baxter, 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 Baxter. I was just like in my head, I hear voices in them. But yeah, so we're having to do those shorts now because YouTube will only promote channels that are doing shorts. At least as far as what we've learned, right, Alex?
Yeah, so last year I started doing them for my channel. It skyrocketed my discoverability just doing one a day. And then they
Doing
came
shorts?
out to do shorts. And then they came out recently and said like it was kind of discovered that you have to put out more than one a day now for YouTube to promote your channel and increase your discoverability. And it's just it's kind of like, I'm not sure it's content anyone was like dying to have necessarily on YouTube, like when it comes to the viewers, but it is what YouTube wants us to do now, and I don't know that I agree with it.
Yeah, is it just because they're trying to be like TikTok, and I don't know what's going to go on with TikTok, so they're pushing that because they don't care about the creators at all. That's for sure. Because we found out too about the what they're counting as far as the viewership and stuff too. If you're watching it at half speed, then
yeah. So if you watch a video at half speed, you are increasing its viewership. If you watch the whole thing, its viewer percentage by 200%. So it counts every second watched as 2 second watch.
Which means if you watch it at twice the speed, it only counts as you watched half of it. And which is what I watch most videos at least 1.5x speed. And it hurts the content creators then when you... So even catching up, like you were saying too, like in a live stream, if you show up late and then and I do that too, where I'm like, oh, let me watch the beginning, and you're speeding through it, it doesn't count it all the way. And
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, the Spiffing Brit is the one who like showed how the speed mattered.
Oh yeah, he does good videos on that stuff.
I
just use live streams for super chats though. I don't use it for videos.
Like, did they send you guys a message with this information, or do you just discover it?
They change things without telling anyone. They change algorithm, they change rules without telling anyone, and people like the Spiffing Brit or the Quartering do tests and figure it out. And that's how most of us find out, is from other YouTubers doing stuff. Otherwise we would never know, because YouTube doesn't tell us. They don't even send an email when there's a copyright claim on your content, even if it's like 2-year-old content. They won't tell you that they've done something to it. Like, you may get a video blocked from 2 years ago, and they won't let you know. So it's like they don't let us know anything. They released a creator survey recently, and I did it today, and they're like, how satisfied are you with our communication with you? And I'm like, extremely dissatisfied. Every time.
Yeah, no, they are not great, and we're definitely shadow banned to some extent on our channel, because we have people say that, like, oh, we're not getting notifications, they can't even find the stream in the feed, they have to search it out. So
I think it's more than just to some extent.
I'm trying to not blame it fully, but yeah, I think it's a big aspect of it. So
yeah, unfortunately.
What do you think part of that has to do with, most of your audience is boomers and they just can't figure out technology?
That could be it too. Yeah, what I think we mostly have males in 40s and 50s, I think, is like the average for our viewership on Unsafe Space.
I think my viewers over on my channel is like 18 to 35 male, like 98% male. And it's like, I do video games. Like,
I was looking at, I think it was for this stream here, I was looking at the viewership, and it was just 100% male. All dudes in this chat. Thank you, Mr. Reborn, for the birthday wish. So John was the one who showed this I don't know, it was the other day, the Biden thing, and I
Oh,
wanted to watch the
yeah.
Biden video of well, I don't know what he's talking about, but of
Yes.
having cancer. I think I have this. We'll see if it's on New York Post. We'll see if this plays. Sad.
And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Yes.
I just love his stories. So
They're amazing.
I never know where he's gonna go with them because you think like, oh, he's heading this direction, and he just
It's a
doesn't
mystery
about-face.
every time.
Yeah, to
mean-
me. Oh, go ahead, G-Man.
I was just gonna say, like, they might have been in the wrong order, but this
Yeah.
time he was using words.
Yeah, I just feel like it was an AI that had to generate whatever word, and so that was his teleprompter, was just a bunch of random words together, and or maybe like the Mad Libs where you have to fill in something and it just didn't really like make sense. I don't know, but it cracked me up when I first watched it because I have no idea what's going on. So does he or does he not have cancer?
Yeah, like there's so much spin going on afterwards, after the fact. There's like, he had cancer a couple of years ago. He didn't say had. He said have. Okay, he said have, and it's like
when
and they're like, oh, it was just a mistake. He meant something else, and it's like, okay, why was he so like sure that that's what he was saying then? And it's like, either they have to admit he has dementia, or they have to say he has cancer, and I'm like, or he has both. That's also a
it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Yeah.
I think I need to watch the, like, who is he blaming for the cancer? Is he blaming the highways? Is he blaming the frost?
Oil?
Windshield wipers or oil?
I think it's the oil. If I'm trying to be
oil, something
logical.
like that. Yeah.
But I also hope that it's anything. What would he blame? I want to blame the windshield. What's the funniest thing to blame? Windshield wipers?
Maybe his mom. Yeah, his mom gave
his mom.
Yeah, my mom gave me cancer.
She was like, open your window and turn on the windshield wipers and you're getting cancer today.
Oh, what JB says Putin. So we're blaming Putin. Putin gave us all cancer.
Well, he's got COVID now, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
I heard about that, which is, he's old, so it is more worrisome for his type of person.
Justina
Fortunately,
says,
he got the backs and the boost.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Justina says he's a compulsive liar, and that is true. We've known that since
Politician.
the 80s that he's a liar. So, like, I mean, that's not.
I don't think he knows where he is. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah. So, is it lying if it's just untruths? Because if he doesn't even know what he's talking about, is it a lie then? And he just has no idea what's going on.
The greatest source of misinformation is the president.
Yeah.
Mainly because he doesn't know what's going on in the world.
Oh my gosh. That's part of me feels bad for him, but then it's also hilarious what the things that he has to say. So on good news though, one thing that I saw last week that was that we forgot to talk about, I forgot to bring up, that was about Paul Rudd. And I don't know anyone who doesn't love Paul Rudd. Because
who's Paul Rudd?
What?
He's Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man. Okay.
How do you not know the name Paul Rudd?
I mean, I know Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. I liked him. And
you should have led with that, Beverly.
Yeah.
Ant-Man or Aunt-Man in the Chippendale Rescue.
Yeah, it was originally it was going to be Aunt-Man.
That was adorable. So Paul Rudd, as this becomes real life superhero for 12-year-old whose classmates refused to sign his yearbook. And basically there was a 12-year-old nerd that no one liked in his school, and no one would sign his yearbook. And his mom, I'm not a fan of how she like made it public on social media about her son that it's embarrassing. He's already like probably embarrassed by this, so then she posts on social media about how no one
makes
signed it.
way worse. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, at least Paul Rudd came across it, and he wrote. I think he signed it. He wrote a letter. It brought attention to other people too. There was the Dear Evan Hansen cast. They took him to Broadway and let him see a show and like meet the cast and everything too. So it did have a happy ending, but that was a really close call with the mom.
Yeah.
But
yeah, moms don't post your kids having social problems on social media. What a sick lady to do that. I mean, no offense to the mom.
Right.
Lots of offense to the mom. Don't do that. That's really awful.
What's
Cassandra
so
Cooper, I'm going to shame you.
Yeah. That was the thing, is that like I know like quite a few years ago mommy blogs were starting to become a thing everywhere, and they're like posting about their kids like poopy diapers and stuff like that, and then now their kids are like teenagers and adults,
and
they do not want to talk to their mothers because their mothers posted everything about their childhood online. It's like
terrible.
I think it's terrible.
I didn't think about that either. Like where, children already had trouble wanting to talk about it in preteen and teenage years, and now when your parents are making everything public,
like it's to me.
He says he thinks he's one of the coolest kids. Does he really?
Yes.
Seems disingenuous.
It was great. I think we talked on the phone. I think that's what happened. So it was great talking to you the other day. It's important to remember that even when life is tough, that things get better. There are so many people that love you and think you're the coolest kid there is, me being one of them. I can't wait to see all the amazing things you're going to accomplish. Hey, with someone with probably very low self-esteem, though, just trying to build up that confidence a little bit.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
So he didn't even meet him in person as a phone call?
I'm not. Oh, let me see it.
They might not even be close.
I think it was over phone. Yeah. I don't.
Well, he was ostracized because he liked Ant-Man 2, and this just cements it. And now he's just all through high school until he leaves town.
Wow, 12. That's rough.
And I mean, that's great that he got to talk to Paul Rudd and everything.
The article, older students stepped in to support. Oh, hold on. So what happened? Like, how was he being bullied or something? What was going on?
As far as I know,
I like bullying. I like to be the bully, though.
I would imagine there's some sort of bullying if he's trying
poor
to
son.
Get to sign it.
My poor son doesn't seem like it's getting any better. 2 teachers and a total of 2 students wrote in his yearbook, despite Brody asking all kinds of kids to sign it. So Brody took it upon himself to write himself. My heart shattered. Give me likes.
Yeah.
Teach your kids kindness.
He wrote it.
Freaking narcissistic mom.
Hope he makes some more friends, Brody. So that's what he signed to himself.
Oof, that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Poor Brody.
I do feel for the kid.
Like I understand that you feel you feel for your kid in this kind of situation, but I don't think this is how you solve it, by posting it online for everybody to look at it. Like and like, yeah, it's great that Paul Rudd stepped in, but here, like, the problem is that like it's once
slam dunk PR opportunity ahead of Ant-Man 3. The studio was like, check this out, Paul. Get on this one right away. It'll cost you nothing. It's going to give free publicity. You know it is that cynical in Hollywood, though.
Yeah, I mean, it does say Colorado.
That like community outreach BS. But like once this kid is like an adult and he's all like, maybe he doesn't want that much of a like social media presence, maybe he doesn't want all of his life, or maybe his worst moment in childhood, to be online and for people to write about it and know about it. Like, I just think it's really terrible.
Yeah, I don't really get the connection. Where does Paul Rudd come in? Like, why is it that he reached out?
Was he a big Ant-Man fan? Like, I can't tell. Like, I mean, he doesn't seem to say anything. It says it just,
maybe his mom
it says it just drew Paul Rudd's attention, which means some PR manager.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that he saw it first, and that's what, like, when G-Man made a point though too, that like if he's in Colorado and then I assume Paul Rudd is in California, I don't think it's not that big of a trip to go. If you really care, go all the way out there and say hello. This kid taking him to lunch.
It
It's a
kind of
write-off
reminds me.
too. You know.
Yeah, it is. Recently, someone on Twitter was posting like, I need money for funeral expenses for my grandparent who died. I have a JJ Watt post jersey and shoes. Who wants them? And JJ Watt found it because the person added JJ Watt. And the thing is, though, is
Paul Rudd wasn't added here.
no,
right,
he wasn't.
right.
Yeah.
But the thing is about this post is that if you would, this person posted almost an identical tweet in 2018, again to JJ Watt, and it was so.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh.
and JJ Watt picked up on the recent one and said, "Don't sell your jersey and your shoes. We'll chip it." And it's like, is there actually a funeral? That I mean, like there might be. But I'm
Could
saying
be two funerals.
a little questionable.
Could be two funerals.
Oh, okay. That is questionable. I guess unless you're just a huge fan and you're really like, I keep losing people in my life. Really need him to be part of this now.
I really hope it helps this kid out though. Like maybe gives him some confidence or something. I
Right.
don't know what the issue is, but like unless like he finds something within himself and some confidence, like this will probably help him zero. Like you could find nobody in your class that was willing to sign your thing. Like didn't even want to be seen signing it by other people. Like it tells me like there's something else going on. Like maybe something that he needs to work on where he's alienating his classmates or something.
Yeah, I wonder if he just wasn't talking. I like to psychoanalyze this kid, but I just want to know.
We should have him on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, we heard you like talk to Paul Rudd the other day. You want to come on the show? That's on your yearbook.
I absolutely would. But yeah, I do feel bad for but I think so too, that like you couldn't find anyone to do it. So like, was he too shy to even ask at all, or literally nobody wanted to sign except for like a teacher?
Or maybe here's the thing: maybe the kid doesn't said two people signed it. Maybe the kid doesn't have a lot of friends, but didn't actually ask everybody. Like, that could have been a thing too. Like, because I know.
Well, but I mean, he did write. I hope I get more friends on there. I mean, that's pretty.
That's not the same
sad.
though as asking everyone indiscriminately for their, to sign your yearbook. I only asked my friends, but that if I only have two friends, that maybe that is a sign though to me when I ask for signatures. Maybe I need to make some more friends. Doesn't mean that she said he asked all kinds of people, but I don't know that I trust this mom with the narrative of what happened here in the first place.
Right.
Alex,
yeah.
Send me your yearbook, Alex. I'll sign it for you.
That's nice.
I don't know where it is.
I feel like we're opening up,
Real
we're
guy.
peeling the layers back on the onion.
Yeah. we could get into that too. I have qualms with my high school yearbooks. I got cropped out of 3 out of 4 years in high school in the talent show. My friend and I, they were my ideas to do these sketches, like dance things that people loved, and they would crop me out and only put her photo in. 3 out of 4 years.
Wow, that's rough.
Damn.
Well, it's the yearbook club, and they probably had a crush on whoever it was that they were like focusing on. Oh,
Could have been it, because that they just needed they couldn't do a full photo, they needed to make it smaller to fit in, and blah blah blah. At least, yeah. But I still am resentful toward it.
All right. I have to start making dinner and stuff.
Oh, no worries.
So
yeah, thank you for
I
joining.
do have children.
Speaking of
happy
kids,
birthday to Beverly. I didn't.
embarrass them?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the Wise Guys happy birthday.
Oh yeah. You talked about that before. Wise Guys.
Where is this? Can I find it on Twitter? Did I get blocked by this guy? Probably. Wise Guys. Okay. Let's see. So Wise Guys tweets.
While he finds that, B. Allen, thank you for the super chat, wishing you a colorful birthday with a rainbow. Thank you.
Missy.
Yes.
It's not even dinner time.
No, it is almost. It's half an hour.
Yeah. Gotta feed her before the streams. Sometimes I'll feed my cats early too. I'm like, I just don't want you bothering me during this. Are you finding it yet, John?
I'm looking for. I'm scrolling through Twitter. I'm not blocked.
It's a Twitter video.
Let's see.
You can find it elsewhere.
Yeah, he posted on Twitter. I thought I saved it.
Oh, really bringing the stream down.
I can't. I can't find it. The lore behind this though.
The depressing kid that brought the stream down. It's
the lore behind this though is there's this girl. Let's see. Maybe somebody posted my. Hold on, wise guys.
I'm still giving him a chance.
Somebody
Okay.
posted my in my Discord. No, they didn't. Dang it. Okay, so I don't have it. But so the lore is there's this guy and he's kind of weird. He's in these comic circles, and he met up with Piper, who's also in these comic circles, and he was simping for Piper, and he creepily he's got a camera phone holding it up, shows up at her house, creepily sings happy birthday to her, and then he sings it to her in French, so it's like a little more romantic.
Why aren't you singing creepily to me then? In French.
Because I don't. Well, I could. Happy birthday,
Lord Coley, welcome to the
French.
stream.
We can do it. I can. Oh, here it is.
Can you hear me?
This is
Yes, I'm turning your volume up though, so I can hear you better.
French birthday song lyrics.
John is just trying to do a birthday thing.
The quick John checked Twitter over and over.
Yeah.
Did somebody send it to me on Twitter?
Yeah, Quaff did.
Quaff. Oh, Quaff has it. That means, oh, good. I don't have to sing it to you. Thank God.
Yeah, you being willing to.
Okay.
It's
the
Quaff.
The Quaff. I'm sorry. It's like the Batman, and I hate the Quaff.
Okay, here it is. Let's go.
Not Korean. Okay.
You ready for this? It's amazing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Look at her face.
To
She's like,
Happy birthday, dear Piper.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Bon anniversaire à toi.
Yes.
Bon anniversaire à toi. Bon anniversaire.
She's like, okay, this is enough.
Pipe.
Cher
Bon
Pipe.
anniversaire à toi. And many more.
There you go.
Wow, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You said he followed her.
We're still going.
You look like a monkey. You smell like one too.
Oh,
yeah.
You want to try blowing those out? This is the first time I've ever used these.
I'm scared of the spark. Oh.
Whoa, shit.
That was scary.
All right. Now try it.
Awkward.
Explode.
All right.
Oh.
It's so awkward.
Oh, wow.
I must move on. Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh, they're relighting. Woo.
Oh, I like this table.
It's a really nice
Oh,
table.
no.
Yeah. I see a dog.
Are you that's the birthday song sung by Wise Guys to Piper.
We're gonna get a copyright strike because we have to pay a lot for a happy birthday.
I was just thinking that how it was total BS that the song everybody sings for the birthday
Costs so much.
you can't record it. You can't
You guys
home
didn't-
video it because somebody's gonna be like, you owe us money.
It's MGM,
Somebody-
but they lost it.
Oh, did they lose
Oh,
it?
they lost it.
Oh, really?
No, there's a court case that's been
Oh.
going on where they're being sued, and they're losing their rights to it because they're
Oh.
saying they can't prove that they
Wow.
own it.
Oh my gosh!
Good.
Wow.
And not only that, they're now being sued because people are like, "Well, give us our money
All
back."
the time that wow.
So don't worry about it anymore. They can't like it's not going to be a thing anymore because MGM got screwed in the court system by it. And I'm like, good. They never should have been able to say they had it in the first place.
If they've just been
I'm
claiming it
really
without any
surprised it
evidence.
wasn't in the public domain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It is now because it basically that's what the court case is finding is that like I
Right.
think they were like there's dispute over who actually wrote it. It's been a while since I saw it, but it was like, yeah, it was a pretty big deal that they can't prove that they own it. They literally cannot prove that they own it, but they've been charging people to, sing it.
That's what I should do. I should just say I own this song.
Yeah.
Make tons of money.
No one cares about
Happy
Evan
birthday,
anymore.
Beverly. Good
Thank
night.
you, John. Bye.
See you guys. Nice to meet you, G-Man. Cool.
Later.
Good to see you, John.
Someone
really
else.
did that last one. Like he followed her home and sang "Happy
Oh.
Birthday."
Hey!
I didn't see that you were there until then. My apologies.
Hey, now that John's gone, the real party can start. Hey.
Man.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Like
It's
Doge
me,
Quaff.
the Doge Quaff. Oh, yeah, I was talking to Smiller about Doge. That's why I was the Doge Quaff today.
I did hear that. Well, thank you for coming in. I'm so glad that John's gone now. So
I know.
he ruined it when you were on here last time too. He popped in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So now it's my payback. Yeah.
G-Man, sorry, I brought him on. I didn't hear what you said. What were you saying?
Oh no, that's fine. I was just trying to figure out what that last story was. Like it's like a random guy that followed her home.
Oh, yeah. Well, what was it? I lost track too. It seemed like he knew her. I don't think it was totally random.
Yeah, they're internet friends, and I think he
internet friends.
Like surprised her on her birthday or something.
Had they met in real life yet?
That I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, clearly she let him in the house. So
yeah.
I was surprised about. I thought like it was something that happened like at the front door or something, or like in the driveway.
I guess if they knew each other, like why was she so uncomfortable by it? If they had some sort of, relationship going on, that it was. It seems like he at least weirds her out, but not enough that she's like, no, stay out of my house.
Yeah, all I know is that it's very uncomfortable to watch. And I don't know why John showed that to everybody.
He wouldn't have,
it wasn't
but you
me
found
that gave him that video.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Of course not.
I forgot that I do know Happy Birthday in French because I took French for 4 years in high school, so we had to sing that all the time. And so as he started, I was like, oh yeah, I know the lyrics.
Ah, look at that. Oh yeah, so your birthday is the 23rd. That's funny. My birthday is the 25th.
Oh, that's my mom's birthday officially is the 25th, but she was actually born on the 24th. But she was in a small village in the Philippines, and they couldn't get like the birth certificate until they got to the city like the next day. Like so, they couldn't count it. So
what?
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Yeah, well, back in 1955, at least.
1855.
1855. 1955.
Wow, you Filipinos age differently than that.
They live forever. It's great.
Yes, live forever. I guess they say Asian don't crack.
It doesn't rhyme as well as black, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Asian don't. I don't know.
But Lord Coley, I'm glad you could join too. You can speak up more, don't.
As soon as I entered the studio, I started shaking like a leaf. So I'll do what I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Coley was there watching with us.
Yeah, we were. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the stream, Coley, but we had.
I just woke up actually.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Or something like that.
You're more of a night owl.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about Karen earlier at the beginning and just how terrible the film. But it was G-Man, Coley, MoeTown, and me in the Discord Karen stream. So that was oh man, that's just giving me PTSD thinking about that movie again. I don't know, what were your thoughts, Coley? We got to hear from the others. I don't know if you ever watched it, Quaff, but if
that
you
Karen movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen the trailers for it, and I heard your recap. It sounds hilarious. But
yeah, it's something. And what do you think, Coley?
I mean, my impression is I already forgot it exists.
Yeah. Not memorable enough.
None of it was tied together. It was like I was telling my dad, it's like they took all the memes and tried to make a plot out of it, like all the lefty memes, and are like, here's all the talking points. This happened in the news, and this was posted, and let's make a plot out of it.
Oh,
that always
sounds
works
so
well.
lame.
Yeah.
Left can't meme anyway, so
Right, so they're taking terrible memes and just
they're
putting it
making
into
terrible memes.
feature-length
I
film.
think the most painful scene was the party scene for me, where they're just like,
yes,
oh, you white people always being like that. And it's like, what do you mean? You should just get over slavery already. It's in the past. Like all of it was just like bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. I'm like, this is the most stereotyped piece of crap.
Nobody talks like that.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like
it was
if-
so forced.
It was like if a Twitter argument came to life and just plastered all over your screen. Like, you know, and this is a movie, everyone. It's basically a Twitter argument.
I don't think there were enough insults of just like random, like.
Oh, well, yeah, for Twitter, it was pretty respectful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. These people, they think Twitter's real life. They don't know anything else. God.
Yo, don't diss on the internet citizens too much.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Except for you, lovely people.
Yeah, I know. My life is almost entirely online, especially since the last 2 years, and I'm actually okay with that. Honestly, I don't like seeing people in real life, so I'm good.
I see. Yeah, I work in a factory, so I never got that vacation. I've been working every day, all day, hammering metal. You know, that kind of fun stuff.
Oh no.
Your favorite is here.
Yo.
Hi.
This is Alex. I recommended for the next movie night. I recommended Enter the Fist.
What is something Enter the Fist?
Kung Pao.
That's a good
that one's
movie.
a fun one.
But
That's
it's
a
like
good
it's still
movie.
it's stupid fun. It's still a stupid movie, but it's fun and funny. But if we do that movie, we can't let MoeTown take it over because he'll like pause it in
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, you got to keep going because there's like a funny
One
part.
time that happened.
I don't think so. I think it was a couple.
No,
Gosh.
if I was in control, it'd be paused a lot. Like you would not believe how often I pause movies when I watch them.
Alex, if you were in control, no one would give you a hard time about it.
All right.
Maybe not.
I gotta get going.
Oh, thanks for dropping in, Quaff.
Happy birthday again, Beverly.
Thanks. Happy birthday to you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I recognize you. Hey.
Oh yeah, you do. From where?
From you were on as a guest once. You're like a podcast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was on here before. Mm-hmm.
Hey, cool. Yeah, thanks for remembering me. I'll keep tabs on you too. I don't know.
There's nothing to keep tabs on.
That's true.
I'll see you guys.
MoeTown has nothing going for him. Bye, Quaff.
Bye.
Absolutely nothing. I was telling them, MoeTown, that we were playing Left 4 Dead till late last night.
Yep. And then I had to go to sleep because I'm old.
Yeah, he's ancient. I'm so terrible at that game though. But
she is.
Well, you're not supposed to say that. It's my birthday. You're supposed to be nice to me.
She could be worse.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But what is man? Back to Kung Pao chicken. What was it? Kung Pao Enter the
Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Enter the Fist.
It's an amazing movie. It's so funny. Deliberately so. Deliberately hilarious. And
okay. That's the one with where he it's the only one actor and then he just reuses the stuff.
Like old CGI footage for the most part. Except for the guy with the boom bots. He's also from now. Like they hired him for the movie.
I really I like that idea too, because MoeTown was also, what was it yesterday, where the YouTuber who just does like video games and then he makes his own like short films out of
He's called Banana, what's his name?
Bad Banana or something like that?
There's a huge, that's called, for the most part, that genre of video creation is called machinimas. And
yeah, you're right.
Machinimas.
Like Red versus Blue.
Yeah,
that's
Red versus Blue is a machinima. And I love those. This is so funny. Like, I mean, not everyone who makes a machinima is funny, but like a lot of them are really hilarious.
No, this wasn't actually machinima. I think it's called Bad Bananas. Maybe it was a little. It was, but Beverly, you want to tell them about Left 4 Dead 2? Like how amazing that was?
Oh yeah, that thing. The one where they, what was it? The game, the show, the game where they have people play. They play it, and then you can pay money to like spawn the bad guys. And so they were making a lot of money because they were like, he modded it where you can just put in the tanks and the witches and all that too. So the players, so it's just like
the viewers, yeah.
Yeah, the viewers get to do it. So it's like Hunger Games, but in a less like for real dead.
It was really funny.
Yeah, I just thought that was such a cool concept. Like, what a neat way to make money, where it's just people are paying to spawn to try and like kill the players.
Yeah, it was pretty brilliant.
But so those are all machinimas, and then there was a live.
That one's more game show quality. Like
they just call it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just because it was a live stream or that it was still like a live movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Thanks, T.C. Burton.
It was you saying movie that threw me off and made me think it was a machinima.
No, it was a video.
Well, that's
but
what
he
it
has...
said.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it had like a bunch of colons, so it was just like Left 4 Dead, the game, the show, the game. Something.
Yeah, but he did a bunch of Red Dead Redemption 2 other ones too, where he's just like, it's ridiculous. I don't know if it's actually, I think it's a movie. It is a movie actually, because they're like flashbacks and stuff, but it's really funny. Because he just does the most, like, he's like falling down mountains, like, you know, and just yelling, and then he gets back up, he's like, well, that happened. But it's all like the in-game voice. It's really funny.
But it's a cool concept. If I were better at games and computers to like mod my own stuff, I'd want to. I really like just them being able to take, like, not having to do your own production and taking any games and just making your own stories out of it, because you can dub over. I think that's a great concept. And then maybe that was what inspired me to dub over Lemon Grab the Goose too, where I was just like, oh yeah, I could just film stuff and dub over it instead.
You got to use the Lemon Grab voice from the show.
Yeah.
Just screaming everything you say.
And right now, for the rest of the stream, I have to do the voice?
No, just when you're doing Lemon Grab's voice.
Oh, when I do it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. I can't take it if you do it right now.
I know. It's really obnoxious. And MoeTown was the other one who watched the Karen film. Do you want to review your opinion on Karen?
Sure. Karen, I said this before. I said it during the movie. I said it in the Discord, and I'll say it again. Karen is one of the few movies where it exceeded my expectations from the trailer that I had from the trailer. It was like the first things you see are you're just like, holy crap. This movie is not subtle. It just hammers. It was so, I couldn't figure out what the movie was about, like who it was for, because it was sort of a parody. It seemed sort of satirical, but it wasn't, like, because there was no payoff, and it took itself seriously. It was so it was like, oh, one of the comments on the YouTube trailer was like, oh look, we have new neighbors. Yeah, they're black. And then it's like underneath, it's like, yeah, totally normal conversation. It was like, it was so bad.
Even in the trailer too, with the girl, why did they do the angles of it like such close-up shots of like, well, my mom doesn't like black people, but they had it looking like directly at the camera or close to looking at the camera. Why did they choose that if they weren't trying to be funny?
They
Are
were
we
trying
doing
to
spoilers?
be
Are we doing
thriller.
spoilers here? Or we?
I mean,
Oh yeah, we've talked about the end of the movie already.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It
spoilers.
was-
Shows
Oh,
all
geez. Sorry, guys. Spoilers for Karen.
Yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
you're
no.
all so terrified. That we're
Sorry,
gonna spoil
Yeah.
it for you.
What was Alex? What were you saying?
Oh, just that the
Before.
close-ups on that scene of the direct thing, that's a thing that happens a lot when they in thrillers. It's a thriller cinematography thing where they do that shot to show that they're revealing really like shocking information to the main
Done
character.
better,
And
maybe?
that's not the case
Cheesy.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so cheesy that
Yeah.
but it seemed like it was supposed to be funny.
It
What were you saying
was-
though?
No, it was like, you know that scene where the black couple, they have the party with all their friends, and they're all sitting there and they're all like, yeah, why don't people just realize that Black Lives Matter? Like they kept saying this in the movie. And then she's there and she's like, well, don't all lives matter? And it's like, oh my God, like you're just really going full bore with like every stereotypical trope about everything.
Bullet
And it
point,
was-
bullet point.
Oh, and also her brother was like like an abusive cop, but he was also part of some secret fraternal police order that like protects their own. It was like a conspiracy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It was like a conspiracy movie. Like
Brotherhood, is that what it was?
Oh, and the weirdest part was like you think like the movie is like, okay, all white people are racist, but no, because she was traumatized, which is what made her racist in the movie. That's the explanation they give. And there are a lot of other white people who are like, Karen, you're being racist and you're stepping over the line. And they threw her out of the HOA meetings and stuff. They impeached her or whatever you call it. Because she was the president. They like threw her out, right, for being racist. And it was like, so what's this movie saying about race relations? Like I honestly had no idea what it was saying. It was so all over the place.
Even her Asian neighbor too. I think she was Asian at the beginning, where she was just like, "Oh, you're like their black neighbor." She uses the word black when she talks about the neighbors, and then later on in the HOA meeting, someone says black, and she's like, "They're African American." Like, well, you said black earlier.
She probably didn't know at first though, because like black could be like Aboriginal Australians, you know, or like people from India. So maybe after she got to know them, she's like, "Oh, you're from America."
But now I can. You were from Africa, and now you're from America. So now.
Yeah, like Elon Musk.
Yes. Just like that. Oh, okay.
But I mean, I hear what you're saying, but that's like a normal continuity error in a normal movie. This movie, that was like, oh, that's one of the normal things this movie did, was they had a continuity error you'd see in like a normal bad movie. This movie was, they just took like a sledgehammer and they're like, this is our message. Bam. It was so, so I looked at reviews, right? And a lot of the reviews were, this movie's like really, like no one gave it a good review, but of course there was a headline on one review and it was like, Karen isn't at all subtle or nuanced in the slightest. However, it does show the experience that black people have every day or something like that. And I was just like, of course someone would review it like this.
Yeah, but only if you're a rich, well-to-do black person, right?
Yeah.
And they had to have a decent amount of money. That house was nice.
Well, he worked at a rec center as, I don't know what the hell he did.
He was at a community center or something. You don't make a lot of money doing that.
No,
and she was like a blogger or something. I don't know.
She did. I'm not sure what her job. She was working remotely, so I guess like she must be paying.
She was a successful blogger, whatever the hell that.
She was. Oh, okay. Oh,
that explains it. Whoever made this movie has never like seen anything outside of a computer screen. That's all I can say.
You mean Coke Daniels, writer and director, Coke
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Or as his friends call him, Colombian Coke Daniels. He had all the subtlety of... It was so bad. It was so bad. And I'm the kind of guy who like, people point out the acting's bad, and I'm like, it is? Like, you know? Like, oh. The first scene of the movie is like a giant Black Lives Matter symbol on the road. Like, it says Black Lives Matter. And then it's like pointing down. It's like a view from like up high and pointing down. And then she comes in, pours water on it, and starts mopping it up. That was the first scene. It was so funny.
Well, it was like strange to me because like pretty much all the black people in the movie are like very well-to-do and like had money or connections or something like that, but they portray them like the kids that Karen stops like towards the end of the movie. Like they portray them as like these urban street kids. It's like, no, that's not their, you know, family that they're from. You know, that's not really their culture. So why are you portraying them that way? Like his dad is like a very successful civil litigant. So why would they, you know, it didn't make sense to me.
Oh, you mean like the way they were acting and stuff?
Yeah, and like the way they were dressed and all that. Like it seems like they're trying to portray them as two different people. You know, like, hey, like, you know, you're in this really wealthy neighborhood. Like the kid said he lived in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And, you know, your dad is this really wealthy guy. So why are you portraying them as like these, you know, street kids?
Yeah, that they wouldn't have come across as yeah.
Do you think so? Like they're in high school?
Potentially.
You know,
I mean, I guess it depends on...
They have a friend group. Yeah.
I mean, they possibly, but like not likely. Like, because if you have a parent who's like, you know, worked hard to get to whatever, you know.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't
he's
take...
like a Benjamin Crump type who like makes a lot of money. Like they're probably not going to like have that kind of culture, you know,
right?
That kind of, like experience.
They wouldn't let their children be.
I mean, unless you think that just all black people experience that. I don't know.
It's just the black experience.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of those kids white though? Like,
well, he was light skinned. I think he was
light-skinned.
supposed to be black, but
I think he was, but he looked white to me. I couldn't even tell.
He was Meghan Markle black.
Oh.
Meghan Markle.
The kind of black that you don't know it's black unless it tells you 50,000 times in a row.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes. Can I pass off as black? I'll just start saying part black.
You should.
I'm already any sort of minority. Oh yeah, Missy is
I'm gonna
really...
go feed.
Okay, that's fine. So while she's doing that, what's up with you guys? I haven't heard much. What's going on in your lives? I've got some other topics to talk about, but we can pause and put the spotlight on G-Man and Coley and MoeTown.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you got coffee beans going on, G-Man.
Oh yeah, mine came today, so I just got them in the mail, and yours were delivered. But you have to drive an hour to get to your...
It's not an hour.
Oh
no. No. It just closes early, and it's I have to drive to there still. So
okay.
I'm just gonna end up giving you my house address, and then at some point you're gonna show up at my doorstep, I'm sure. But
yeah, I'm gonna sing you happy birthday next time. I'm gonna bring a cake with some sparklers on top.
Sing it in French. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna learn French just for you, Beverly.
But yeah, we'll try out those coffee beans. We'll save MoeTown for last because no one likes him. Coley.
You saved the worst for last? Yes. Yeah, that's a good precedent.
Coley, so what's going on in your world? You're an internet person. What's going on? Do you know anything that's happening in the internet world?
Oh, it's a big place. It's a big place. Can't be in all the places at once.
Well,
I assume a lot of hate and echo chambering.
Anything that piques your interest on it?
Oh, well, that narrows it down. Anime.
Oh, yeah.
Anime,
there's a
YouTube.
surprise.
I have a note. It's still in my notes here to watch the Ascendance of a Bookworm anime. So I've not forgotten about it. It is on my brain.
There's one that just started airing called My Uncle from Another World, which is already automatically very interesting to me because they remembered that an isekai doesn't have to make you die. Once upon a time, the question is, will they return to their home world? But isekais stopped wanting to ask that question. And they're just like, nope, they died. They can't go back. They're in this new world now. They're reincarnated. We're not answering that question.
Right. Yeah.
But this uncle from another world, we're actually seeing him on the return side. He wakes up from a 17-year-old coma. And apparently while he was in that coma, he was in another world.
I think, sorry, who's echoing? I think it's MoeTown echoing.
I might be. I can mute here.
The isekai, we talked about that the other night too, though, because the one that I'm most familiar with is the slime one. the time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I don't think I watched a ton of them, but I think it can get stale kind of quickly.
Oh yeah, and there's a bajillion of them, of them with that exact same setup, which they all do different things with it, but it's well known among anime people that it's just way overdone now. I still like the premise, and it's not even a uniquely Japanese thing. The Western term is portal world, stuff like Narnia.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do more anime. I don't think Alex does a ton of anime, but I haven't suggested any of that for future streams. Yeah, but I want to. So maybe once we do that, then I'll have you back on. We can tell you watch the anime, and then we can talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
All right, MoeTown.
We can find about One Piece.
Oh, I've still only watched the first 10 episodes.
Not tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, please.
One Piece.
Just stop.
That's going to take you over a month to get through, so I wouldn't put that first.
A month.
If you spent every waking hour of your day watching One Piece, it would,
Yeah, maybe you could. Yeah, so a literal full month of time.
No, by the math, when I was watching it before, when I was catching up to it, it literally was if you watched 10 hours a day, it would be slightly over a month by the time you'd be finished. So I know for a fact that it'll take over a month, and there's more episodes now. So
yeah, that's I don't think I binge watch. Don't get me wrong. I've marathoned Doctor Who. I think it was 5 seasons of that within a week or something. I think I did Frasier in a week or 2 weeks or something. So I've powered through stuff, but not 1,000 episodes.
But actually, you should watch One Piece, Beverly. You deserve it.
That I should or shouldn't?
Yeah, you should. You deserve to watch One Piece.
Okay. I deserve it. Thanks. It's my birthday. It's so mean to me. My birthday. MoeTown. What's going on in your world and games and stuff? Anything?
Games
or anything? I don't know. That's just what I think of games now since we play that keep talking and nobody explodes game. I love that one.
That's fun. Yeah. In gaming, geez, I don't even know.
In pop culture world, I know you're big into other news and stuff. So anything, I guess anything.
Yeah, but this show's not about news.
We did talk about Biden. We did have Biden on. That stupid video. Did you watch that?
Which one?
The one where he's talking about having cancer.
Oh yeah. Blah. I didn't think that was
windshield wipers gave him cancer in the wintertime.
Yeah, the oil, the first
because they had to use the highway.
I can't do a Biden impression. This isn't Jack. I can't do it now. What's going on in my world?
It was, yeah. Don't give him credit.
Yeah.
Or music. You like music? Is there anything happen? That's another thing too that I don't tap into much is the music side of pop culture.
Yeah, I don't know. I like music, but I mean
you don't pay attention to news. You just do old stuff.
What do I do? I don't.
You can play Happy Birthday on the guitar. No, that's not copyright.
Oh yeah. Oh right, we have to worry about copyright over here.
No, Alex said that it's not. MGM doesn't have the rights to it because they didn't have evidence.
Oh, great. I
So
think
we
I
already
should like change a chord in a lyric, and then I could sing anything. What am I playing? What am I doing? I don't know. I'm like moving soon, so.
Oh, that's right. So
my life is like heavily. Yeah.
You're moving away from Canada. So that's a plus.
Yeah. I hope no one at my workplace watches this because they don't know yet. But yes, I am.
Where are you moving to?
I'm moving to New York.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
I don't know if that's much better than.
Not much better. No.
It's pretty.
It's better. It's.
Well, not.
I don't want to go too deep into my personal life, but yeah, it's better. It's better than Canada. But yeah, so I'm just busy with moving. So my whole life is like, I don't know, gaming. Like I love games,
but everything's packed up behind him too.
Yeah, you see all this garbage. Yeah, we could just sit here for the next half an hour while I try to think of a video game I like, even though I've been playing video games since the 80s. I don't know.
All right. Well,
probably have a long list to think of.
Yeah. What's the oldest game I've played? When did Estelle come out? I think that one's old. We were talking about Super Mario World the other day. That's still my favorite.
It's one of the best. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the best. So Beverly was saying that she wants to play it with me. And I'm like, but isn't that a game where like you take turns? Like, why do you want to play
I just want someone to play with.
Yeah, but you're like taking turns. It's like you die, so the other guy goes. It's like, you know, Super Mario 3, it had like the versus thing.
You're so Canadian.
What, versus?
Mario.
Yeah. Mario. He had the versus thing, so that was cool. Like the old Mario Bros. Game with like that was like a one screen. It was like a platform, and you could like jump underneath the turtles, and I don't know.
Yeah.
That one was
Smash
fun.
Brothers.
Smash Brothers is so. Oh my god! Can you imagine we got a game of Smash Brothers? I don't have a Wii or whatever the hell, a Switch. I don't have any of that.
That'd be fun to play.
Beverly, do you still have Mario World?
Yes.
If you haven't tried, I did this with my brother a few times, and it was super fun. If you've never tried it, get a friend with you. One of you take control of one side of the controller, and the other one take control of the other side. So it's two people playing at once, and you have to like talk to each other and say, "Okay, I'm going to jump over this gap now. So let's go." And oh man, it's super fun.
How do I get a friend though?
Well, you have Lemon Grab, right?
He doesn't have hands.
No. Don't you have somebody living with you?
Yeah. So I can get him to do it.
Get that guy.
Just a friend is a tall order. Step 1, get a friend. Well,
I'll sign your yearbook.
Sign my yearbook.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about that when we were talking about that 12-year-old. Oh, my yearbooks are completely blank. You're getting to...
You can't even get into the yearbook yourself.
I couldn't even get in the phone. And then just my pictures too, though, it just had like not available. And I was there.
Oh, man.
Just took me out.
And now you're getting older this weekend?
I am.
The most depressing show ever.
Life is the worst. Might as well. Time to end it. So one thing, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. Have you heard of Andrew Schultz, the
yes
stand-up comic?
I've heard of Charles Schultz.
Yeah, I heard of him too.
I don't know who Andrew Schultz is.
I'm pretty sure Schultz is German in origin.
Is Andrew Schultz German?
I
think he's Italian.
Is he Italian? I always mix up Italian and Hispanic / Latino from like I can't tell. Sometimes they look similar to me. Yeah, I don't know. Andrew Schultz is born in New York City to an immigrant Scottish mother and an American father of German and Irish descent.
I was way off.
Way to go, Coley. I always knew you were way better than MoeTown.
I mean, Schultz she's right. It is a German name. You know, didn't you ever see like Hogan's Heroes?
Yes.
I've only heard of it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I've only seen a little bit.
Colonel Klink and Sergeant Schultz. It was so funny. Yeah, Andrew Schultz is really funny.
I only watched his new special, but like the big news is that he never said what the streamer was, but everyone believes that it was Netflix, that he was going to do it on Netflix, but then he pulled out, like he bought it himself. So he paid to buy it because they were going to censor him. He wasn't allowed to do his abortion jokes, which were really great. So if you haven't watched the special, I thought it was hilarious. And his abortion jokes were inappropriate.
Where did you see the
special? I want to hear your recounting of the jokes.
Did you buy it?
I did buy it. I was trying to support him, and so you have to go to his website. It's I think theandrewschultz.com.
Yeah.
I think it was like $18 with
a lot.
Yeah, it was 15 plus the service fee. I hate service fees, and then tax or something. So it was like 18 total. But it was I was like, I am doing this just for like the whole parallel economy kind of thing and trying to support this guy. But I was not feeling it. G-Man, what were you saying, or what my opinion or view it?
I want to hear you tell the joke.
I know there were several. Like it's hard because he was like going through so much of it. So I guess I can spoil some of it. The one that I really liked that stuck with me was when he talked about he's living near an abortion clinic at some point in his life. I think in New York. And he saw a man and a 10-year-old girl walking up toward the clinic. And he just thought, he's like, I don't know. But for me, 10 years old, that's too old. And so, because he was talking about like too old for third grade, like 8 years old, third grade is where I draw the line. Like if you can spell abortion, like then you can't abort them anymore. So went on that and then explained how like the dad was actually anti-abortion. It was like, and so he could just continued on. So, but yeah, a lot of the things were very inappropriate, but that was probably one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh. JB says the guy who played Hogan from Hogan's Heroes paid hookers to strangle him and died from a GSW, if I recall correctly. So if you think Hollywood just recently got weird, think again. I did not know that.
The only thing new about the weirdness of Hollywood is how many people know about it.
Like how much that's revealed.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh man, have you heard how weird Hollywood's gotten? No, it didn't get that way. You just found out about it.
Yeah.
It's not brand new just because you found out about it.
Yeah. I remember like in 1990, let's say, when I was a kid, so who knows what was just me being a dumb kid or whatever, but you know, you would see like the red carpet, you would see People magazine, and you'd be like, oh, these like stars are like, they have like the best lives, right? Mm-hmm. You didn't you had no idea. My parents, they'd be like, these people are degenerate. but so maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was that I was a kid and not that it was not before the internet. But who knows?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think also the mentality, the psychology of actors and stuff too, though, like they to act well. I think there's sometimes a lot of issues there. And I've talked about this before too with comedy. Most people who do comedy have some sort of depression going on. So that's just kind of the deal. I've experienced.
I mean, an actor's job is to be anybody but themselves, except for the rare few who get cast because they are themselves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are comedians like that. Will Ferrell is the first one that comes to mind, where it's just like, oh, Will Ferrell's being Will Ferrell, and I will watch him in anything because I love him.
He has more range than just being Will Ferrell, though. I mean, there's Stranger
He does.
Than Fiction.
Yeah. I know you love that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up every time. Stranger Than Fiction. He's good in that, and he doesn't have. It's not Will Ferrell. It's not like
No, it's not Will Ferrell.
What's the guy from Jumanji? Welcome to the Jungle. Tracy Morgan.
No, Kevin
no,
Hart.
Kevin Hart. Yeah,
Wow.
Kevin Hart is always Kevin
Black
Hart
people are the
every
same
time.
to Alex.
Okay, Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Kevin Hart. Yeah, I guess I don't watch a ton of him, but yeah, it is the same where I have seen.
Actually, I do. I probably watch more Kevin Hart. Like I watch Central Intelligence too, than I do of Tracy Morgan. Now I'm like remembering. Oh yeah, he's Tracy Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah,
I never watched 30 Rock.
I only know Tracy Jordan, and you never watched 30 Rock? Oh man, we should do that for make you watch it. Although they took out the blackface episode, there were 2 of them, and I think they censored those from Netflix. They took those down, which I was upset about because the blackface was really well done. Like that was really good. And the episodes are just funny.
On the topic of actors in blackface, I just don't understand it. Like, I kind of get where the complaints are coming from because I try to understand. But really, again, actors are paid to be what they aren't.
Yeah.
So if they act well, why should you fucking care? If they do a bad job, fine, complain all you want. But if they do a good job, it doesn't matter if they are from that actual background. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this whole like blackface is a specific thing where they put tar on their face and painted their lips like red or white. It's like a very specific thing. And now it's just, if you change your skin tone, it's blackface. What?
Yeah.
If you they say there's digital blackface where you use gifs of black people, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like, no. But like the one of the like best instances in a comedy of blackface is Tropic Thunder, and like
that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
it's making fun of actors who like are method actors. It's not making fun of black people, which is why they have that black character say, "What do you mean, you people?" Like, you know, like they're making fun of him. They're not making fun of black people, which is what minstrel shows actually did. So it's like, this is a lot of misplaced anger going on.
Yeah, I have no problem with blackface either, though, as the only very non-white person here.
Have you ever read about minstrel shows? Have you ever like read what they were and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, a little bit. But like, apparently they were like, there was always like a setup. Like there was like a first act and a second act, and they always followed the same thing. And there was always like these characters that were the same archetypes or whatever you call them. And and a lot of people, like, apparently, who was it? The guy in The Greatest Showman, the circus guy. What was his name?
Barnum.
Barnum, yeah, P.T. Barnum. He put on minstrel shows, so of course there was a big fuss. But apparently, his minstrel shows were like subverting the minstrel show thing. So like the fake black people in the show were like making fun of the audience or something, but like subtly, you know, like there was all sorts of there's like a lot of different layers to it. Obviously, I'm not saying it wasn't racist, because it was racist, but it's kind of fascinating when you understand. It's like, oh yeah, it's like it had a formula, like the way, you know, a sitcom from the 90s had a formula. Like it's sort of interesting. It wasn't just like people running around in blackface and you know, saying like stereotype, doing stereotypes.
Give us some examples of what you do. Some impressions.
Well, you know, mispronouncing ask.
Okay, here's the thing though about a lot of, they call this African American vernacular English or whatever, something like that. Most of it, including that one that you just said, acts instead of ass, is actually based on how Scottish people spoke.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas Sowell.
Yeah.
Thomas Sowell. Yeah.
I used to tell a kind of distasteful joke where I'm like, I should thank black people because before that was a thing, everybody made those same jokes about Scots and the Irish.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally you just take the Irish and Scot out and put black in and it's the same exact joke.
Did you read that book? What's it called? Black Rednecks?
And White
Did you read that?
Liberals.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you read that, Coley?
I've never heard of it.
It's very good.
It's really good. Yeah, Alex, I was in the book club.
Yeah.
And obviously you were because it was a book club. So
And I'm always
As
there.
soon as you guys start doing a show club, I'm in, but the books are a bit much.
I've only been in like a few of the book clubs, like so I'm with
claim
you.
to
It's
fame.
hard. Yes.
I'd have to find like a third party, like on the internet kind of thing. I just can't be buying books.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I read that on my Kindle, so take that as you will.
He's got connections.
I listened to a bot read it to me.
A bot? Oh. That's
It is-
awesome.
I don't know if there's a couple of programs you can feed digital words into and it'll read it to you. And
yeah.
if you change the voice, you can change the speed. And the funny thing is when it screws up when you put the words in there, and like maybe it'll put some of them backwards and then it tries to pronounce the backwards words. and then like sometimes it doesn't know how to pronounce words. It's kind of it makes it a little more entertaining for the dry nonfiction stuff.
There are some audio book producers, like the ones you read them, who I think are like, is this a robot? Like, was this just generated? Because sometimes they read it, it's like so deadpan, so and it sounds like it was just computerized. And I don't know how they like got that published on like Amazon. On those things.
Someone paid them to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, why do you get paid for that? They're not good. It just seemed like they put it into a computer and let the robot read it. Do you have a Mac? Maybe you do. But I just know like the Mac has the different voices that it can do. The one has like a singing one. I forget what it is, but I like to make it read things sometimes and sing to me.
I don't have a Mac. I've never worked with a Mac before.
Is it like Mary Poppins singing? Because that'd be amazing.
No, I forget what music. There's a specific, I think, the classical piece or something that it does the sound to, and but it's it is very computerized and robotic. I don't have a Mac anymore, else I would do it for you.
Have any of you seen the trailers, the redone trailers of doing Mary Poppins, like a horror movie?
No,
Yes.
no,
Those are great.
Someone
Those are
find
so
it.
funny.
There's several. There's
they're really
many.
well done.
Well, someone grab one. We'll close out on watching some horror Mary Poppins. We're gonna get
It's
demonetized
like-
anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Then it's like a slow version of like just a spoonful of sugar is like playing in the background. It's really
I
funny.
think I may have found it. Let me see.
Okay.
I remember like this was years ago. These things were popular. It's a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody did it, and then a bunch of people did it. It was like a little trend going on.
Yeah.
All right. The original Scary Mary Poppins recut trailer.
Yeah. Oh my god, I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Her spitting. That was a perfect cut.
That was amazing.
Isn't that so cool?
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems like a terrifying movie too. Love
I
that.
like her spitting, like that cut of her spitting. It's like that's like really, that was really creative.
My favorite part is when she walks away from the mirror and the mirror image is still there, because that is literally something that happens in horror movies all the time.
I know, yeah. So good.
So it's a lot of, they do more of Mary Poppins, or is this a thing where they just do more scary movie cuts of other movies?
There's other Mary Poppins ones.
Mary Poppins. Okay,
Yeah.
I just which direction they went, so the people just keep. Yeah, I guess that is a fun one to do though, because it's so like,
Yeah, I think people just really like the idea so much.
and take it. Yeah. Well,
But
that
you
is a
could do
good
like
one.
another movie. Why do you have to do like Mary Poppins? Like do another movie.
I know, that's what I was thinking. That'd be fun to just take like any sort of comedy and make it into a horror trailer. Well, let's work on that. Okay, team up on this. In our bad movie nights, we're gonna find ones.
Did you
and make
guys
some
see?
movies
This is different, but SNL they did. We definitely can't stream this, but SNL did a sketch that was basically like a Wes Anderson horror movie.
Oh, I mean, can we not show it because we're going to get the stream taken down, or is it just that they're going to copyright and say that we're demonetized?
Look, I'm not the YouTube expert.
Alex is more of an expert. What say you?
Well, I mean, most places just take your
Money.
They don't. Most places do not block the video.
So I'm down for watching it if we're not taking down the video.
Yeah, it's really good. If you've watched a Wes Anderson movie,
Yeah, I love Wes Anderson. I haven't seen a
yeah,
ton, but Matthew
this,
Gray Gubler loves him, and I love Matthew Gray Gubler.
It's yeah, you do, don't you? It's you would. It's a SNL. It's an SNL like sketch or whatever, you know. It's from a couple of years ago.
What's it called? What am I looking up? Who's looking this up?
I'm looking it up.
Thank you, Alex. Mo is doing
Pretty
nothing
sure I
useful.
found it. So
Yeah, it's not hard to. It's like Wes Anderson horror SNL. Type that in, you'll find it.
yeah, I already found it.
You did Scream, right?
Huh?
No, that's Wes Craven.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Here, Wes Anderson is the one that does a lot of like symmetry, which I really love.
Yeah, he does like the Royal Tenenbaums.
It's very Steve Zissou, the Life Aquatic of
Yeah.
Steve Zissou, which was Matthew Gray Gubler's first thing that he was in.
So he doesn't even do scary movies?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wow, that was actually good. I'm not a
I
big fan
thought
of
that was Alec Baldwin right before they said it. Alec Baldwin. I was like, wait a minute, is that Alec Baldwin's voice?
I forget what's the one girl's name. I've just been watching her in Scream Queens, Nadege or something. But she was the one that they didn't name in there. She wasn't supposed to be anyone, but it was like, oh, I recognize you. We're gonna be doing Scream Queens because of MoeTown. I've been working. I'm almost done season 1.
Movie 43. I'm gonna keep yelling.
Movie 43. Oh yeah.
different features.
To do. Okay, Alex, what were you saying that you haven't?
No, but Scream
continued?
Queens, I will watch that because that show is fantastic.
I am really enjoying it. I'm in the middle of season 1, and I just think it's so freaking funny. It's, I mean,
well done.
It's by the same guys that did American Horror Story.
Yep.
It is the same people. Oh, I didn't realize.
Same guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
The political season gets to me.
Oh yeah, I stopped.
So I'm mid Roanoke and I can't get through it.
I stopped.
Like,
Yeah, was that the one, whatever one that they did like the fake Trump thing and they're freaking out? I stopped. Stopped watching then, so I haven't watched anything since that.
But yeah,
I
they
forced myself to keep up out of like just knowing.
I saw up to and including Hotel, and then it wasn't on Netflix in Canada anymore, so I just stopped.
I actually really liked the hotel season.
I liked it too, actually, but I'm in the middle of Roanoke and I just can't get through it. It's so incredibly boring.
Agreed.
I can't even get to the political season where everyone like yeeted out. I'm yeeting out, and I'm not even there yet.
Oh man, it's a crazy season. Like, it's entertaining, but it's also like huge WTF.
Well, I mean, with American Horror Story, like, the thing I don't understand about the show is, it feels like they just make it up every episode. Like, they walk in and they're like, we're going to shoot it. They start off with a really good premise, and then it just kind of meanders on. Like, nothing happens. And, like, Twisty the Clown, he died, like, halfway through season 4. And then it was like, what's the point of this season anymore? Like,
yeah, Freak Show kind of fell apart, like, really fast.
That one, yeah, just, I don't know. That one just pissed me off a bit.
Well,
I liked it. I liked Freak Show. I liked what's his face, like, when he went crazy. Neil Patrick Harris, he like saws Emma Roberts.
He's in it.
Like,
yeah, in like 2 episodes.
I forgot about that. Oh wow, I haven't seen that in years. I need to. Maybe we should just go through and watch the whole thing and then talk about like the season to season.
But like, you watch every season and you're like, oh, this is interesting, because there's all these like things that happen, like the aliens in the Asylum season. Remember that? And then they're not referenced again, like the rest of the season. And you're like, what was that all about in the pilot?
Until
the aliens thing, as far as I can tell, was just a way to link it to the Freak Show season.
Well, Freak Show was later. Asylum wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. No, you're right.
And Asylum is season 2, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Well, and I think I watched them a little out of order at first.
My problem with Asylum is that, like, the last episode is basically like a speed run to finish up the show. Like, to wrap everything up.
Yeah,
it's really annoying because that season was really good up until that point when they were like, oh no, wait a minute, we gotta finish everything. And I was like,
But yeah, you're just like, what are they doing in this show? Like, I thought Hotel had the most coherent storyline, but even that season, like the first one, they go up to the room, it's like the death room where like, and in the first episode, and that's like not really a main plot point. That's barely referenced the rest of the season.
There's a lot that they throw at you in like a first episode of American Horror Story that then they don't like do anything with ever. Yeah. Like, it's just a shock value kind of move that then has nothing to do with the plot. And
it's not that it's like Chekhov's gun, except they never take the gun down from the fire.
Yeah. So basically they don't do it right.
Yeah.
If you talk about the gun, you need to use the gun.
But the thing is, the way they don't do it is sort of brilliant. Like, the way they do it badly is sort of artistic, and there's something like beautiful about the way they do it like that. Like, it's kind of weird, it's like a poem almost. That makes sense.
I feel like I agree with you, Mo, on the idea that they sometimes, like, it feels like they don't know what they're doing at any point, because most shows in a first season are sloppy because they don't really know what they're doing yet. Everyone involved like still needs to like work out their kinks and everything, and that includes writing. And the problem with that then is that American Horror Story, they're telling a new story every season. So then it's like every season is a first season where they don't exactly know what they're doing. So then there's all these problems with the writing.
But it feels like they're just writing the episode every week before they film it or whatever. Like, and then they finish that
Like
episode.
a
They're like, okay, what happens the next
scholarship
episode?
drama.
And they don't keep notes about what happened before, so it's all from memory. Like, that's how it feels. The show goes on. Like,
That is literally the soap opera format, though. It's kind of, I think, what they're going for, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
because there
necessarily a
is
point in their
something.
favor, but
There is something about this show, like, where it does feel cohesive. It doesn't feel like it feels like it's together. It's just the plot doesn't flow, but it doesn't feel like haphazard, even though it is. Like, there's something. So it's hard to say if they do it on purpose or not. And if they're not doing it on purpose, then they're sort of like doing a Homer Simpson, succeeding despite great stupidity or whatever. If you saw that episode. Yeah, it's anyhow. But Scream Queens is completely different, because that is like totally cohesive, and there's nothing like that random that doesn't get referenced later on or anything like.
And it's intentionally cheesy at parts.
Yeah, I feel like they're not taking themselves seriously with Scream Queens. So if they fuck up about like what's going on in the plot or anything, I don't care that much, honestly, because like sometimes even like Emma Roberts' character, like from one scene to the next, is a completely different person essentially, and I don't mind it. Like, I don't care, and like for the most part, I don't care about cohesion, because it's a comedy, so it's not. And they set it up early. They set it up early that you're not supposed to care. So I'm like, whatever. Like, and especially when they do these stings at the end of an episode, like, oh, they do a reveal of something. It's like they're playing with the formula of horror as opposed to actually creating a horror TV show. Yeah. Did you hear that scream?
Yes. You already fed them. What do you want now?
She's mad that I won't let her use her claws on the chair.
Oh, I'd be mad too. Yeah. So, go ahead, Mo.
I was just gonna say, one thing Scream Queens does really well that I loved was when they were playing Spin the Bottle, but it was only the girls, and Emma Roberts is like, "We're only girls. Why are we playing this when it's just us?"
No dickies here.
I haven't seen that part yet.
Yeah, that's what we need to do, a full review later once we're all caught up. Mo, I'll let you back on. You can come back and talk about it with us, I guess.
I haven't watched it in years.
Yeah, so hurry up. I think I'm on the last episode of season 1, so I've got season 2.
Watch it again.
So hurry up.
Season 2 is not as good as season 1, but it was still good. Like, they still
no spoilers.
managed.
Alex hasn't seen it.
I'm not spoiling. I'm saying, like, I'm just saying.
He's giving his quality.
I'm impressed. I'm saying I'm impressed that they were able to make a season 2 despite the awesomeness of season 1.
Right.
Right? They were able to actually make a season 2. Like, they got John Stamos in it, who's perfect for Scream Queens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like the perfect.
And they got Kirstie Allen too.
Yeah. Yeah, they got like these actors who are like so perfect for Scream Queens.
But no spoilers for Alex. We're already spoiling too much. Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. We should wrap up anyway. It's getting late. And speaking of bad movies and stuff, I have a bad movie night to get to over here as well. But our next one is, what do we say, July 31st? And I think it's Roadie from 1980. I think that was the plan. So it's Sunday, July 31st at 9 p.m. Eastern, I think is what we decided, because Mo can't do earlier than that because he sucks.
Wait, I thought we're doing it Sunday.
That is a Sunday, isn't it?
All right, I did say that. Yeah. Well, excuse me for domestic bliss.
But yeah, so it's July 31st. I think it's Roadie. I need to find the film, or Mo
I think
can
we let
find
Alex
the film.
host. We let Alex run this movie.
So she pauses it, however. Yeah.
I would pause it a lot.
I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I'm okay with that.
Oh, you don't mind pausing? Really? Gosh,
I was just
that's not the impression I got.
G-Man was making fun of you, and I was going to get in on that. Anything to mock you, I will do.
Look, I'm just saying you can't do it during Kung Pao because that will ruin the flow.
Yeah.
So, well, sometimes you have to pause. Sometimes you have to pause Kung Pao Enter the Fist because you're laughing so hard you'll miss shit.
Miss stuff. Yeah. What other housekeeping stuff do I need to do? Because I did none of that at the beginning. We've got book club August 14th.
Fossil Future by Alex Epstein.
And that's going to be, I think it's going to be at noon Eastern.
Yes. And then Monday is Narrative Dissonance at 2 p.m. Don't know. That's Pacific time. I'm just sorry. That's my time. So
let's do a Central time next for the next show.
Yeah. Nothing on next Tuesday. Next Wednesday, there's a Rebel Civics.
Rebel Civics at
coming out
11 a.m. Central.
Okay. And then Dangerous Thoughts.
That night at what's another time? Mountain time is Pacific style, right?
It is
at 5 p.m. Mountain time. It was fun.
And then Thursday we're back. And it's my birthday on the 1st.
Yeah. So we're gonna do another. I don't know what Alex wants to do. If we're just gonna do this again, if you guys want to come back.
I'm cool with that. Send it to some of my friends.
Oh yeah.
And my viewers. But yeah, I'm turning 35. I know I don't look it. But yeah.
I knew that though. But it is a bigger like whew. I had my
I know it's like is that considered midwife? I don't know. Like
No.
No?
No, it's not midwife.
I know it's like the wall for women though, is what they call it.
Oh, that's the cutoff where where especially in like Hollywood, so like, oh, you don't act anymore when you're 35.
Yeah, now I have to play mothers if I'm ever in Hollywood.
Yes.
And that's also the cutoff for like, or that's where things deteriorate if you want to be a mother. But I know you don't, so you're good.
Yeah.
Or you're the crazy homeless lady who says like a prediction that comes true.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
You know, like the crazy homeless lady that says something that's like a prophecy, and everyone's trying to figure it out. You could be that too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That could be me. I actually have a story that starts with someone doing that.
Oh, thanks, awesome one. And I don't know if it's to Alex or me, but our birthday is coming up. So thank you for both of us. Yeah, okay. So we got that coming up next week. Book club movie nights. Join the Discord. That's how you can watch the movies. And MoeTown is going to be the one to get roadie for us.
What is roadie about exactly?
I think it's all I saw the screenshot is a road, and then I think Meatloaf is in it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. It looks like a grindhouse. It looks like a grindhouse.
Yeah, if it is a horror, I don't even know. I have no idea what it's about.
I don't even know if it's a horror.
I don't know. Like a few people seem like an 80s adventure, like road trip, like weird.
I don't know. Roadie is like a music thing, right? So,
but was that what
it's in it? So
is someone who like moves around the like.
Oh, it's a musical comedy film.
Good. It's not a horror.
Oh well, I mean,
Alice Cooper and Blondie. Yeah,
Blondie's in
it. Jr. Roy Orbison. Yeah. So apparently there are cameos from them at least. So yeah, that's the movie we're gonna watch. I heard it's bad. We had a few people who said that they agreed. I think it was Elite Waffles in Discord who suggested it. So we've got a long list of movies, so we'll try and knock out this list as we go on. But the times and dates and stuff may change. We're still just picking out things that work for people. But right now, July 31st, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't know. I was going to say GMT, but I don't know what that is. 10, 11, 12, 1. It might be 1 or 2 a.m. GMT.
GMT?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I was just because we were doing a whole bunch of different time zones, so to confuse everyone. And we're going to be posting a lot more YouTube shorts because we're trying to play into the algorithms. So more goose stubs. Step. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight, and thank you, chat, as well. And a happy birthday to me.
Yes, happy birthday.
I deserve it. I don't know what bad movie I'm going to
You
go
look
watch
like you're
right
at a
now.
bachelorette party. You don't look like it's your birthday.
It says happy birthday. These are
I know,
cans.
but I see that. But that is like a bachelorette hat. Like a, you know.
It's a
I got this
cake.
when I was 16. Yeah, it's a cake hat. It's a fun cake hat. That's why there are candles on there. And I got it at some hat store, some costume store when I was 16 on my 16th birthday. So I've had this for 15 years. So good memory.
Yeah. It adds up.
And my super aids will also say goodnight to you guys.
Oh.
Super aids. This is what AIDS looks like. So if you ever get it.
Normal AIDS is already super AIDS. Like no one knows how to defeat it. So
This is just HIV AIDS. I named him Super AIDS.
Oh.
That's his name. So he's adorable. I think they're called Giant Microbes is the website if anyone else wants these. Or gigantic. So yeah, Giant Microbes. But they have big eyes. There's Ebola and stuff too. I haven't seen that in like over a decade, but there's all kinds of stuff. They're adorable. But, okay, I am gonna leave. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Bye. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Rolling end credits now.
Thanks for sticking around until the end. If you're new to Unsafe Space, check out our deep content library that includes discussions with everyone from James Lindsay to Brett Weinstein. And please consider helping to fund our work by visiting unsafespace.com/donate. You can find us on a variety of social media platforms, and you can find a community of like-minded individuals on our Unsafe Space Discord server, which is open to financial supporters at any level. We hope to see you there.
Warning. This is an unsafe space. Dangerous ideas have been detected. The content of this production does not meet WHO health and safety standards. Please report to a United Nations Sanitization Center immediately. Association with the following individuals is strictly prohibited. Experts who benefit from printing money agree that printing money does not cause price inflation. Trust me, just 2 more weeks to slow the spread of monkeypox. If you think about it, no one should be allowed to express opinions. But don't. Think about it, I mean. That's not your job. Thinking has been scientifically proven to be less efficient than compliance. Science, scientific, and scientifically are registered trademarks of the World Economic Forum. Unauthorized use is prohibited. Computer voice courtesy. Never mind, that last line is fake news. Please disregard it and return to your safe space immediately. There will be cake.